Oh, can you hear me okay? Good.
Welcome. Fun Day, Friday. Thank you, Anthony DeSaro, for ripping the national anthem. Listen, it's April 4th. I got to make sure, because it's not April 1st, not April Fools. We had some good ones there. We got Pat Jira over on there looking around. We're going to get him on in just a second. We have a fun group today. Pat, are you there? We got look at, he's getting ready to go with it.
Shoot it.
Pat is. Oh, he's waiting.
I'm waiting for Blake Becker to walk in and fire off some rounds.
He's got it armed up.
I can't fire off around police.
It's fun. Fun-time Friday. We got a great
some
group.
fun today.
Who we got coming on today, Patrick?
We got a great show today. We got the one, the only Lois Bolin ready to go. She's going to join us right away. Then we got the Lauren Maxwell coming in at 8:30 a.m. Then we got Chef Blake Becker, 9 a.m., a very special portion of the show, Food Review Friday. He's going to review Lowbrow Pizza and the Italian Deli on Marco Island. He's going to pick the winner for our personal tournament bracket challenge, which the Naples Daily News has going on, and we just happen to review the two pizza places that made the finals. And then we're going to close the show with some Relentless Hope music. Dave Jahnna come in the studio, so we got a packed show. Got a couple people reached out and come watch live. Tim's gonna kill me. I said yes, so we might have a couple people.
Who do we got coming in live?
You'll see.
Pat always has,
some people said they want to come watch the show live. I said, well, let's do it. So we're gonna have an audience here. We're gonna have a live audience. We're gonna have a lot of fun. It's gonna be a great show, fun show. Got Mike Valdez already. Gentlemen, you might know Captain Wayne Smith's already watching. He
made it. God love him.
Sharka's watching. Good morning, sunshine.
I got to get my comments up, so I got to get them up where I can see them. So just
we got.
If they come on,
we got seven, 8 people already tuning in.
We're loading.
Make sure to share, please. Make sure to comment.
Here we go. Comments and reactions. I got to see those. They're not popping up on my thing.
No worries.
We'll get 'em.
I see what's going on. So please make sure to comment. Thank you, Mike Valdez. Good morning.
Upper section.
I can see it down there.
You can see your comments. That's why they get lost over here. So I got.
And we're live on Facebook this morning.
I got to make sure. And we're live on Facebook. Thank you so much.
We had a little glitch Wednesday, but we're good to go. This is gonna be a fun show.
Comment sections. It's always good on a Friday.
Hold on. Good morning, Mom.
Oh, there you go.
Mom's
watching.
On.
There
you have to be nice to me.
I got to be nice to Patrick.
No.
Good morning. And obviously you said Sharka. So Fridays are always fun, exciting. Yeah. I want you to look at Lois's. I'm going to do a little close up on Lois, but I want you to look at Lois's shirt. Look at her. She's always
decked
festive.
out in the red, white, and blue.
She's got her Trump.
She's got her Democrat blue.
Shut your mouth.
Make sure you talk in the mic too, Lois.
Shut your mouth.
Yeah, there you go. People want to hear you.
Yeah.
Talk smack to me.
Yeah, Lois.
Good.
It's always good. But no, Fridays are always fun in here. We've got a lot going on. I know we always need to pay the bills. So let's go ahead and put a big shout out to Becker Custom Builders, and let's just go ahead and run a little bit of ad for him.
Let's give a big shout out to our show sponsors, Becker Custom Builders. Blake Becker and his team are always about luxury design, top-notch quality, and giving you the best experience imaginable. Becker Custom Builders are experts in building your dream kitchen, bathroom, or even making your outdoor kitchen area a reality. They will take your plain house and make it into a cozy, welcoming home. So if you're looking to upgrade your space, Becker Custom Builders is the only place to look. They've got you covered. Blake and his team have whipped up the studio in no time, and it's looking great. Remember, contact Becker Custom Builders.
Whoa! And Blake is still doing a lot of things in the studio. We've got a lot of revamping to do, a lot of things going on. I know we were at the 7-Eleven this morning, and someone asked you if you were Blake Becker's brother, but I think you said you were kind of like his
Friend.
Not boyfriend, right?
Definitely not boyfriend, no.
Which, hey, to each his own.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, to each his own. Our next, we got another wonderful sponsor. Just want to make sure we bring that up as well. And you are,
Right, guys, let's give a big shout out to our show
we can't get that one there
Becker Custom
with the
Builders.
audio, but let me
Blake
see.
Becker and his team are always about luxury design.
We doubled up on Blake a little bit, but let me get that off there real quick. There we go. Hold it.
Becker
Just a
Custom
minute.
Builders
Just a minute. There we go. Sorry.
Yeah. What'd you want to ask Tim? I already know where you're going with this, but go ahead.
So, no, you are actually living proof that TC Clinics and Naviva are working for you right now.
Well, we're getting there. They got me in the gym, which is a start. So, yeah. So we,
Ooh, doesn't that sound like fun?
we got a little group text. Myself, Pat, and Blake, and Tim, and we're motivating each other in the gym. So finally been able to get in the gym, and a couple days in, and pretty sore this morning.
Oh, good. I love that feeling.
I went from 2 push-ups to 25 in a day. So that's not bad, right?
Yeah, no, you did good. And the good thing about you is you like the video tape, and you like to, I say video
VHS,
tape.
yeah. I like to get the camcorder
You like
out.
to get the camcorder out every time you're working out. You're very, very much like Pat Dearborn, and every chance you work out once or twice a month.
Well, we have fun with it.
You have to kind of put it up there,
and we're
right?
kind of motivating each other, We're in the gym, and we're having fun with it. It's a little motivation. So,
What gym?
Sharka.
What gym do you go to? Can you
Yes,
say that?
T Clinics got me in the gym, Sharka, but you definitely helped, okay?
They got you in the gym, yeah.
You're worse than me with the gratification. Shout out to Kevin Wilkinson watching this today. You met Kevin a couple of weeks
Kevin's-
ago.
Yeah.
Good guy. We got
Kevin
to
in
get him
the
out.
house.
Kevin, we're going to get you on next week.
Kevin in the house sounds good. But yeah, so tell us a little bit more about how T Clinics has got you going on the right track. And obviously, we love Jeff Delaney over there.
Jeff Delaney. Yeah, great friend of the show. Not only a sponsor, but I'm a client. T Clinics USA started on my testosterone about 2 weeks ago. The testosterone was just a little bit low, but it's definitely already feeling a little boost. So it's got me energized to be going to the gym, improve attitude. I'm nicer to Tim, right? I would say.
Yeah, you're nicer than me. Yeah.
I haven't gotten the Naviva program yet, but I am. But there's a couple of things I'm still working on. Jeff, that he's going to start getting me on next week. But so far, so good. I mean, definitely feel the energy.
Do they do testing for your?
Oh yeah, they do. They complete testing. Yeah,
Nice,
beautiful,
nice.
beautiful facility. And I hate having my blood drawn. I cannot stand it. And they made it as seamless as possible. I didn't even feel the needle go in. So just a tremendous staff over there. Go check them out. T Clinics USA, Naviva Weight Loss, and I'll keep you guys posted.
Where are they located?
That's a good
Got the
question.
address?
Yeah, it's
say
over
it.
it's over there behind. It's the plaza by Baron Collier High School, like in the kind of
Oh,
the
yeah.
industrial
Yeah.
plaza.
Right across from there's McDonald's. And
Yeah, where
used to go
kind of
before,
like
yeah.
between where Sports Authority used to be, and
yeah. Back
but
in
you can find them on social media. T Clinics USA, Naviva Weight Loss. We'll put a link in here as well. So go see Jeff Delaney. I know a lot of people who have and had tremendous results. So really appreciate Jeff, and also kind enough to sponsor the 239 Live.
Yeah, big thanks to Jeff for always being there. And,
Good morning, Michelle.
Again, we appreciate it.
Michelle's watching.
And Michelle, and then we do. I am taking SelfFit.
Yeah.
So go to
All right.
getselffit.com with Michelle, and just go on there. I'm on my third day
Of self-fit?
of SelfFit, and
And you've been doing jumping jacks for
been doing jumping jacks.
cartwheels and.
I'm getting it done.
Timmy, did you see Tim knock out 20 push-ups on Wednesday's show?
No problem.
Crushed them.
No
Well,
problem.
I
Absolutely
saw it, but
crushed them.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to.
Don't let Tim fool you. Yeah, no, he's
20
he's in
push-ups,
good
that's
shape.
it?
No, he
Well, I just-
he was challenged to do 20, and he knocked 20 out like that.
Oh yeah.
and-
I see.
I did 25 last night. I think it took me 2 minutes. So
And Jeff Delaney comes in, right? And Jeff, he was there and he looked and we said, I'm going to take Pat on pickleball.
I was just being nice to you too.
Pickleball contest.
You can't help
and Jeff,
yourself.
And we go to Jeff. Who do you think could beat? And he
You
looked
cannot-
at Pat. He goes, I think Pat could beat Tim. I go, no way.
I got the reach.
He's got the reach.
I got
go,
the
"There's no
wingspan
way."
of a 7'6" Dikembe
Yeah.
Mutombo.
All right.
Your mom's watching. So my mom's watching. Your mom's watching.
Oh, my mother's watching.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's
Just
good.
got
So
the whole
be-
That's
family,
good.
and
We got
Wayne's
everybody.
watching.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
wait,
got-
I got. everybody's-
Kevin Wilkinson shared too. I just started at T Clinic, and the experience has been great. Yeah, big shout out to
Awesome.
T Clinics USA.
And then Michelle looking
Miss
like a
Michelle looks
superhero.
fabulous. I need to get
Michelle,
more
Michelle always looks
self-fit.
good.
I took all mine, so.
Yeah, get more self-fit. I just started T Clinics. Got it. They're good. Now, listen, we have this contest here. It's called Stump Pat Jira. Stump Pat Jira is a great opportunity for you to jump on. We need a lot of comments. If you know a player that's played in the NFL, like say from 1995 up, and he played, or he played. We like to have somebody who played, kind of first, second, maybe here and there. But Pat will go ahead and tell you what college that they played for.
I'll definitely try.
Go ahead and do that. And if
Wow,
you,
look at that card I just
I
pulled in.
know.
Holy
That's
smokes!
big car, big dog car. If you know, and if you're able to stump him, I should say, guess what? You get a wonderful.
Shooting experience, free shooting session at the Alamo, or free T-shirt, your pick, and free scoop of ice cream courtesy of Matt Moen at Royal Scoop Ice Cream.
Way to go, Manny.
Yeah, give Matt Moen a shout out. He's been
Oh, yeah, I
watching
love
us
Manny.
and
I love
been
it.
kind enough to donate some free ice cream
Yeah.
cards for us.
Yeah. So if you put it in the comments of the player, we'll go ahead and see it. If I do not see it, just put another comment in because they go pretty fast. We usually get quite a few comments, so just go ahead and do that. And we
Your mom is trying to stump
really
me.
want my
your
mother.
mom?
Let's see. Randy Moss. Okay, Randy Moss.
That's
Good
actually
one, Mom.
that's actually a pretty good one. So Randy Moss actually initially committed to Notre Dame, got kicked out of
Starts with an
fell
M.
through. That's where I'm going with it, Tim. Then he went to Florida State, participated in a spring
down.
practice, and got kicked out of Florida State.
Went to jail for a couple years.
And no, he didn't go to jail for a couple of years. Stop telling that
Allegedly.
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 No, didn't go to jail. But ended up at Marshall, where he was an absolute standout, and then the first round pick of the Minnesota Vikings. I believe 20th or 21st overall. Minnesota Viking Hall of Famer Randy Moss.
So your mom's on, my mom's on. I got to be nice. You got to be nice.
Yeah, I was trying.
And we got
You just
Lois
couldn't
And
here.
help
Wayne's
yourself.
on, so you have to
And
be
Wayne's
nice
on.
to me.
And Wayne's on. Yeah, so
a
no,
lot
that's
of
good.
people
But we
in there.
Got the
definitely
whole
want to
dang
do that.
family.
Yeah, it's definitely good. Now, we have the one and only Lois Bolin, and if you want to know what's going on in Naples, Florida, Dr. Lois Bolin, you want to know what's going on in Naples, Florida, Lois is the one that can get you there.
She's the connect.
She recently wrote a lovely story in the Florida Weekly.
Actually, it was 2010.
Well, did I say recently?
Yeah.
Well, she put it up
only-
there, but
only 15
it's only
years ago.
5 years ago. 5 years. Oh,
15
2010.
15
Oh my
years,
God. Yeah, you're right.
Too much stem
I'm losing
cells.
it. Too much self-fit.
Self-fit,
Michelle, you
yeah.
got me thinking. So I'm sorry, Lois.
No,
It
no,
was-
it's
it was-
all right. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Let's talk a little
It's
bit
all
about the
good.
Gladesman and what that whole thing involves.
Well, how this started, I was skimming through the news on Facebook or whatever, and I saw where the commissioners had voted down this cell tower in, what was it? Not the Everglades, but I can't remember the name of the part of the Everglades that was knocked down, and because they had a lot of people who came to speak before the commissioners. And the one group that got my attention was the Gladesmen. And I was like, oh my gosh, the Gladesmen are still kicking it, and they're really doing a lot. So I got on the internet and checked them all out. But the story of why this is so important, in 2010, I was writing about Collier County Heritage Trail, and I spoke to the commissioners about doing this. I have to come back and do that again. Setting up all the points on the Heritage Trail of Highway 29 and coming in from the whole Tamiami Trail and talking about the various sites that were there. Of course, they aren't there now, but if you pass by with the GPS, they could kick up, you know what I mean? And then I had this gentleman call me and say, are you trying to take away my rights? And I was like, whoa, no, what are you talking about? And then he began to explain to me how they had part of the Tamiami Trail designated right down where Everglades City is, because if the feds took it over totally as a scenic highway, which I was looking for marketing purposes, but he said, but they stop us from going on the land to fish or to hunt. So after I spoke with him for a while, and you see my quote up there, I wonder if I have it up there, but I said, when I retire, I'm going to get a retirement place with two docks on a lake, so I can get up every morning and remember that life is a paradox. I looked at the scenic highway being a great marketing opportunity, but yet we were taking away part of a culture. And in another story I wrote about, the Gladesman is the only culture that discovered itself. Isn't that cool? Does that make think about that? Gladesman is the only culture that discovered itself. And when they were doing certain designations, the Comprehensive Everglades Restoration Plan, the Army Corps of Engineers commissioned a study. You can't just live without it. Ethnographic study and evaluation of traditional cultural properties of the Gladesman study. And from this study, they all were stunned. They said, well, we didn't really know about you, and you've helped us to discover it, so you're one of the first cultures that discovered yourself. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it makes sense because what they brought to our county, right? Was it county?
To the county, yeah. Totally what it was about.
Yeah. So, they brought that, they discovered their own culture. Yeah.
They grew here, and they were just part of it, and you just never assume that someone's going to take away your rights, and how we know that right now. But that's what they fought for, and they went to the commissioner's chambers and spoke on that, and I just was so thrilled to see that the Gladesmen were there to talk about it. And there's a book up on the screen called Crackers in the Glades. And this is a wonderful folk artist, Bembry Storter. The Storter family, do you know the history of the Storter family? They founded the Rod and Gun Club. They owned the Everglades City. Everglades City was technically named Everglades City when Baron Collier bought it. Is this too much history in the morning?
No, we love it. We need it.
Dropping some dimes, as Larry would say.
Dropping some dimes.
But Rob Storter wrote this book, and he's a folk artist, and inside they're just wonderful pictures. I wish I'd put a couple more up, but of his drawing what it was like living before all of these people came in. We all have that kind of feeling when they come into our hood, and we don't really like that. But it's a beautiful book. I love it. I have a couple. This one is sort of chewed up. Are you doing that too?
Back over here. Back over here. It might freeze, but there's your book.
There you go.
Yeah.
You can see my little puppy chew the corner.
Yeah.
I have another one that I have put up so you can't get a hold of it.
Yeah.
But it's a wonderful, and you can see some of this. This was his drawings on the front, and somebody said, well, it looks like a kid could do it. He's a folk artist, and he drew what he knew at that time. So anyway, a shout out to the Gladesmen. Really delighted that you're still here, and if you get on the internet and check them out and see what it was, because a culture that discovered itself partly saved from having that cell tower put down in the Everglades.
We'll put that story up. So who were the Gladesmen that were there at the commission meeting? Do you know any of them that were there, or that was basically
Franklin Adams is the one that I represent, and he is. I don't have a picture or anything of him, but he's. After this study, I had him to come into the Conservancy to speak to a group to explain what the Gladesmen were about. Because I'm telling you, they discovered themselves. It was just such a cool thing. So there you go. There's some more individuals who helped to explain why that's not a good thing to put it out there, and I'm so glad they did it. Does that tell you who all was in there?
There's a few of those folks in there, but Choppy, Danny, looks like Danny Biles.
I don't see Franklin Adams, but Franklin, he's kind of the key guy, and he was always, he's the man in the know.
Mm-hmm. One of the, I got to put us back up on there, but one of the things that I like about our county commission is they listen, right?
Yeah,
so
they do.
they don't just go out there and just say, okay, cell phone towers. Let's listen to the people, what they were elected to do, and let's make wise decisions. So that's that's very important.
We have some good county commissioners, but my favorite's Dan Colwell.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, he's my commissioner, so I definitely like him. But,
absolutely.
but they do listen. And when we look around the state and other places, and you see on Facebook how some people treat their constituents, we have a very fine group of individuals.
Yeah,
and smart.
We're very fortunate.
Yeah,
that
I think
we do.
so.
Yeah. So, but so at least they got to represent. What's your position and thought on? I know these towers are going up all over the place. There was a concern on Immokalee Road right by the new elementary school.
Yeah, they want it near schools. You don't want it where all that stuff. They're just concerned of where it's going to affect kids, animals, just the environment. So they just got to do a better thing of scanning the area and finding where it's going to be far enough away.
Of course, everybody's going to be like, don't put it in my backyard. And then I'm the first one complaining and bitching because my phone doesn't work.
Right, yeah.
So, it's kind of like one of those things where you're...
well, and you know what? There are just some things we just have to learn to compromise on, or look at quality of life versus quantity. Okay, so you don't get over your as fast. Buy a booster for your phone or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't even know what I'm even
Something,
saying, but what I'm just saying when it comes to...
We can't even agree on a second Costco in Naples.
yeah. Well, there you go. Exactly right. And I wonder what Robert F. Kennedy Jr. would say about these cell towers. I'm going to take a look at that and see what he's got to say so I can be prepared for the next meeting.
Well, you are always prepared. You always have everything, and you send me stuff, and then we put it up there. But... In all reality, though, Lois knows what's going on, and I ask her every day, "What did you do last night?" She always says something.
So I want to ask you, being a historian, who do you consider the greatest U.S. president of all time? I know that's a tough.
No, well, in my lifetime of who I remembered, I would have to say Ronald Reagan, and then certainly I would have to say Abraham Lincoln, and of course has to be George Washington, because he was the man that jump-started us and got all this off. And most people don't realize that when they fought the American Revolution, what percent of the population in our country do you think fought? It was about 3%.
Very low number,
Yeah.
I think that's where the
Why-
3%ers come. I'm not sure.
In the
I'm not
comments,
quoting.
too. Make sure, too.
Yeah, who do
in
you
the
guys
comments,
consider the greatest
Put it in the
Yeah,
comments.
tell us who you think.
Tell
President-
us who you think.
So I think George.
I would go Obama, but that's just me. No, you're good. You're good, Lauren.
You can laugh, Lauren.
Just curious though, why?
It's true, though.
Why would you consider Ronald Reagan?
Oh, he was the great communicator. He just had this. Well, he brought down the wall. Technically, I mean, his staff was saying, "No,
Don't you think that would have came down
no,
eventually
I don't.
anyway?
No, sir, I do not."
We got to bring Pat. We got to bring Pat over. I mean, he's.
What I'm just
he's like
saying
laying
is-
last-
I play devil's advocate,
You can
so
play devil's advocate. Yeah, but even Ronald
definitely
Reagan's
jump started
staff,
it. That wall
yeah.
would have came down eventually,
Yeah.
but he definitely helped.
Yeah, but there's
jumpstart
no doubt that he said bring down the
Right.
wall, and then 2 weeks
As-
later it was down.
Well, it
Or
wasn't
we-
It was
quite
already
that
headed
long.
that
It
way,
was,
though. That's like he got credit for the
No, he didn't.
hostages getting released in Iran, but Jimmy Carter had already had that deal in place. So when Reagan came,
Let's
yeah,
put it this
I know
way:
I'm not a Democrat,
if he
but
hadn't won,
I'm
if
just playing
Reagan
devil's
hadn't won-
advocate. I like to
man.
play devil's
Well, then-
advocate.
but
You gotta play with
stay the
educated.
di- No,
It's
you
true.
can play devil's advocate, but just stop saying you're playing devil's advocate. Just hold your
Yeah,
yeah, I
center.
am.
Yeah.
No, but I think if
Speak with
Reagan
some
hadn't won,
education.
I'm not sure if they would have gotten back. Look at the hostages that Trump's been able to bring back.
Yeah.
Well, because prior, I can't say it was Biden because he really wasn't running the country. It was a whole group of other people.
Yeah.
They weren't concerned about that.
Here's the problem: that when you don't have any communication at all,
Right.
Whether it's good, positive, indifferent, whatever, everything's going to be
Well,
just
Trump
a
got
stalemate.
more done in day one than Biden.
Well,
did in 4
finally you
years.
come on our side. Finally,
It's not being on your side, but not going to have a show where just 100% people agree on. So I got to play the little
Right.
devil's advocate.
Well, here's the thing. The difference between Trump and Reagan, I think, communication is
So
95% inflection, body language, and so forth, and 5% of your words and how you put it together. You know, Trump's not the best at putting his words
So that's
together.
why basically you're saying you would put Reagan ahead of Trump because he's a better communicator?
Would I put him,
'Cause that's what you kind of...
no, not saying, in terms of communication.
Right, but you said you would
In terms
consider...
of communication.
You said you would consider Reagan the best president of your lifetime?
Well, I didn't want to. Well, actually, I would. From what I know, Trump is going to be mine.
Okay.
If he pulls this off, which I think he will, because he's got brilliant people on his team. Mm-hmm. It's a hard thing to swallow now as we're all going.
Especially this morning when I looked at my bank account, I was like, all right, let's suck it up. We're going to be all right.
I told Wayne, I said, just don't get on Merrill Lynch. Just leave it alone and just don't worry about it. And we just got to hang with it for a while because change is always hard.
Yeah.
And if you got to right this ship, bring some common sense. And
I don't know if you saw this, Pat. Yeah, sorry to cut you off.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Mike Valdez.
No, but it's going to take some time. It's going to sting a little bit, I think,
has
right?
to take some time.
You got to get that baseline again and then start bringing it back to the top.
And here's the
Not
thing:
a
if you
Democrat.
look around the world, how many conservatives that they are trying to stop from being elected, from Penn to in Brazil, I forget all the different. There's like 6 or 7, just like they tried with Trump to stop him from getting on the ballot.
Sure.
They're doing this, and somehow there's this coalition going on. I don't really know, but the point is, Trump. I just going to stay true to it.
Yeah, you got to.
Absolutely.
Stay true.
We got
Stay the course.
We got a little stump Pat Jira coming up. Yep.
Corey Stringer, Ohio State.
Right.
First round pick, Minnesota
Mike,
Vikings.
what do you got?
Right tackle.
He just told you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Corey,
He said, what do you got?
well,
I said, he just told you.
Yeah, I said,
Ohio State. Ohio State.
I was going back to Mike. On it too. No, but just saying, hey, what do you is that?
Yeah, Ohio State.
Okay, I'm
First
sure
round
he
pick.
knows his deal.
Right tackle.
Because I can't
What
always
else you got?
verify Pat's nonsense. I really can't. Sometimes it's very difficult.
Well, it's not nonsense.
Trust but verify.
Oh,
Yeah,
Lois?
trust. There you go. It's not. No, if he knows it, he knows it.
Yeah,
You just have to always
100%
Google
on
in
that one.
behind him.
Lois, I got to watch out now. She's starting to back Pat.
Uh-oh.
Lois
Starting to
loves me.
back Pat.
No, I just love
Someone's
football.
got to.
I love football, and I'm glad that it's
I think
back.
my mom had one on there too, actually.
Oh, wait, did your mom have one on there?
Yeah.
Let's see here.
She had a layup though.
She had.
That's like a mom.
It's probably the only football player that she knows.
Is that what she had on there?
Yeah, Mike Valdez said it's correct. No, she had Jerry Rice.
Oh, Jerry Rice.
Who went to Mississippi Valley State, 16th overall pick, 1985 draft. Next question.
Oh wait, I got it. Well, the reason why I got to do that is I got to do the the DJ air horn. Make sure that everybody knows that you got it. There you go.
Not bad for a Democrat, right?
Not bad for a Democrat, Pat.
Not a Democrat.
Yeah, no. So thank you so much, Lois. We really appreciate
Love Lois.
you. Always.
Where are you going to be tonight,
bring
Lois?
us- Yes.
I'm going to be at Maxwell sponsored. Give me the full. She'll tell the full name.
Elton John.
Legends
Billy
concert.
Joel.
Legends concert.
Legends
series,
concert.
yes.
Elton John, was that like a musician?
Yeah, kind of like a
Okay.
musician. And
Play the
so
piano?
was Billy Joel, kind of like playing.
Tim couldn't name 3 Elton John
Oh
songs.
my God.
What do you mean?
Always. Elton John. Elton John's the man.
I'm just saying you couldn't name 3 Elton John songs.
Rocket Man.
1.
Jet.
You Jet.
Benny
Great
and
song.
the Jets.
Benny,
Tons
Rocket
of them.
Man. Rocket Man.
Keep going.
Trump
Yeah,
took the Rocket Man, and Elton John loved that he did that. He thought it was great.
Yeah, so I mean, gosh, they just keep going and going and going.
Next
on
question.
Elton John.
Next
I mean, just because it's not 50 Cent.
50 Cent.
Well,
50 Cent.
And
yeah, Lauren, can you talk to Mike Randall
G-God,
about doing a
I'm
50
sorry,
Cent
I'm
tribute?
giving him a little bit of a hard time. That's okay. He
50 Cent.
deserves it. He deserves it. Next question.
Next question.
I get that. Yeah, no. Keep coming with the questions. And Lois, thank you again.
Yep, thank you. I'll bring this
Let
other
us
stuff
know what's
up.
going on. Big night tonight at Legends. I'm hoping to get over there. And
Yeah.
Elton John, Billy Joel, I think, right?
Yeah, do this
Yeah.
beautiful piano.
Are you gonna be there?
Big
do
shout out to Mike. I'm gonna try to
Yeah,
go
Mike
there, Mike
and-
Randall.
Mike and
I
Rose.
gotta get home and I
Let me
gotta run
tag.
everything through the through the boss. So
Oh,
we'll see
yeah,
what happens.
exactly right.
Yeah. Tag.
Thanks for
Yeah.
having me.
Legends
See you later,
concert
Gators.
We're so glad to have you always. Good to have you.
Thank you, Lois.
Tag team, Lauren.
Yeah, we have coming up very shortly. We have the one and only Lauren Maxwell, and we know how much everybody in our community enjoys Lauren, and it's great to have her. So big weekend, Pat.
Big weekend, yeah. Got the concert tonight. Billy Joel, Elton John, two probably the greatest piano players, dare I say, of all time, right?
Yeah, I would
Billy
say
Joel, Elton
concert,
John.
like concert
Yeah, well,
type.
concert
music,
type, yeah, not
musical players,
not virtuosos
Yeah,
or whatever,
yeah,
but
yeah,
just
yeah.
in terms
They
of
just-
pure solo acts and
But I've seen both of them live in concert.
the real ones.
Yeah, Elton John. Yeah, the real ones. The real ones.
Where did you see Elton John at?
I saw Elton John at Miami Arena. Or it's I don't even know
Sunrise?
what it is now. Yeah. Not Sunrise, the one downtown.
Airline, when it was Airlines Arena.
And then I saw Hard Rock. I saw Billy Joel.
Really?
Which was really cool.
Nice. What's the best concert you've ever seen live?
Kid Rock.
Really?
Yeah.
Where at?
That was actually at Tico Arena back then.
No kidding.
Yeah.
He was at I don't remember.
Yeah, Tico.
Nice.
Kid Rock was great in concert.
I bet.
Yeah, it was.
What's the best live concert you've ever seen, Lauren?
Okay, well, let's bring on Lauren.
She doesn't need an introduction.
The one and only.
Lauren Maxwell does not need an introduction.
Look at Lauren. Lauren, there you go. She's
I don't know.
always
which way
looks
to
great.
Look. Where do I look?
Right at the monitor TV. See, there you are.
That's
Yay.
pretty.
Lauren, welcome to the studio. What do you think about the studio? We have fun, right?
It's really cool. I like it.
Yeah, we have a good time in here. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah.
Of course, anytime.
And Lauren's always dressed up nice. She always looks good. A lot of bling going on. We just enjoy having you in the studio, and you do so much for our community, and we're going to talk a little bit about that for sure. And thank you for coming.
Well, you are very welcome.
Always a pleasure. You have some exciting news to share too, right?
Which one?
Well,
I don't know. I always get excited.
Yeah, some top 1% of something maybe.
I don't really share that, but I did it on social media. Yeah, so we have something in the mortgage world called Scotsman Guide, and it tells you the top producers of the whole country. And anyway, so I am in the top 1%, but I was the number 7 woman in the country, the number 30 most volume, the number 46 most purchase business, and something else, number 50, like most FHA. I might not be in that order, but in all of the categories, I was
crushing it.
Yeah, it was exciting. So,
There's
it's hard keeping it up over and over. And I say the same thing, Tim. How the heck do all these people do more business than me, right?
Who the hell is the other 6? Because Lauren Maxwell's number 1 in my book, and definitely. But no, that's amazing. It's amazing in the United States. Mm-hmm. And I have a really good friend, Dave. He has a mortgage brokerage up in Tampa, and of course Lauren knows I send people to her, but I always throw out some numbers, and he's like, I can't do those. But it's just like the numbers in general, like the amount of volume you do in a year is just amazing. I mean, most people don't do that probably in their careers
lifetime,
sometimes. So, and you got a great team too.
I have a phenomenal team.
Shout out to Malcolm.
Shout out to Malcolm. Well,
Liz, Malcolm.
There's so many great people. I have a new girl who's been with me less than a year, and she closed almost $6 million this month. A young girl in her 30s, so I think she might even be in her 20s. I don't know, Dania, but so I have a great team. But we had an amazing March. We actually closed 112 loans for my team in the month of March. So it was a great March, over $40 million. So I feel very blessed. And today with the stock market going down, and I'm not a stock market person, so when everybody else cries about it, I mean, I don't. Because when the last crash happened after I saved all my money for over 25 years, and then overnight, it kind of changed. I never put anything else in the stock market, so I only invest in real estate. So,
well, yeah, and you're smart to do that.
I mean, I do have my 401ks and so forth, but that's something, but it's not going to matter now because I'm probably never going to retire. So,
you like to work though.
I do.
Always,
yeah, I think you're a lot like I think we're similar, right? So, I don't think if I don't have a reason to get up in the morning, and I don't have a place to go or something, a mission for the day, I don't feel like I'm satisfied or productive. There are times where you need to chill. I get it. But do you feel that way?
Well, sometimes on a Sunday, we'll go to the beach. But by Sunday at 6, I'm back on my computer. But I did say I was really tired because I work till 7:30. I come home. I talk to Dan and my daughter for about a half an hour. Then they go do their things, and I work again till midnight. And we were at a dinner the other night, and he walked me to my car, and he's like, "Are you exhausted?" I go, "I am." I said, "But really, I can't imagine not doing this because I would be bored. I'm not going to go play tennis or golf or go out for lunch. Things like that aren't that important to me. I love work. Like, that's my hobby. It's my life. I love it. That's who I am." Mm-hmm. So that's what we talk about. So I really think that I will always work.
But you got a chance to relax Saturday night because I saw you at the FC Naples soccer game. and something cool happened before.
Oh
the
my
game.
goodness. So the Maxwell Mortgage team
was awesome.
sponsors.
By the way, that was awesome.
They sponsor the FC team. We really do try to be involved, but it's my demographic. I mean, I started my career here working in the Latino community, and it's just such an honor to be there and to have the team here. We have a professional team. Well, they had asked if I wanted to have our grandson come out on the field with the players. And they had a lot of kids like from 9 and up, but my grandson's only 3 years old. And I said, are you sure? They said, absolutely. So we brought him. And sure enough, he's a kid. He is so dynamic. And I know everybody says that, but I do have 3 grandbabies, but he is dynamic. I can't explain it. You see him, he has spark in his eye, and he's been talking about it for 2 weeks, and he was all excited to go. He thought he was playing soccer. And again, he was just 3 in November. So they bring him out on the field with all the players. They're all lined up, and the goalie puts him down. He carried him. And as soon as he got down and everybody's standing there, he saw that ball, and there he goes, and he scored a goal by himself. And he was looking back like, why aren't they chasing me? I'm gonna score. They're bad players. I'm just gonna score.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get it.
He kind of looked around too and saw that no one was coming for him. He's like, I'm gonna put this
do it
ball
again.
in the net. Yeah, absolutely.
So it was his
Sees his
highlight.
opportunity. Yeah.
Lois puts up there. She goes, it was great watching him running down the field. It was awesome. Yeah.
And you can see the video on Lauren's Instagram, right? You have it on your.
I put it on, and then they started
It's
playing
so
the
funny.
national anthem, and I wanted to be respectful, but I'm trying to record him, so I'm trying to be quiet as we're dying up there. And we're nowhere near him. Remember, we're upstairs taping him, and he's on this big field all by himself with all these players. So
Yeah,
So
that's
cool.
great. Well, that's like something that'll be forever. Mark writes in. He goes, "God bless you, Lauren. I'm ready to retire ASAP." I think though, Mark, when you do, and I went through retirement. I'm technically retired, but you do that for a couple weekends and you're a couple weeks, and you're sitting there going, "I got to do something." I just
Well,
can't
Mark's
do
only
it.
about 40, and I don't think he's retiring.
well, I'll tell you
anytime
what,
soon.
Mark, I don't know
he's
what
got a
you
lot
do
of money.
for a living, but if you're in my field, talk to me. We'll figure it out.
Might be pull it.
Told
that
you we'd have
way.
a whole live audience.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Yeah. All good.
Morning.
Live audience. Mike throws up another question. Have you ever considered private equity, commercial real estate deals to invest in? I think you've got quite a few things going in your portfolio, right?
So I do a lot of multifamilies, and I do some private lending as well with an attorney in town. And I just bought my first commercial building since in the past 11 years. I used to own a building back in 96 on Trade Center Way, and we outgrew it, and I sold it about 11 years ago, and I have been renting because I needed more Class A space, and I couldn't find anything to buy that I could afford back then. And a building just came up, and actually I bought it about 2 months ago, and we're Laurenizing it right now. Construction started this week, so that I'm hoping that we will be in it in August, and it's in the same parking lot of where I've been renting for 11 years in the Galleria. So we're super excited. We're going to make a training room that I can train realtors in, have these TVs. We have balconies so that we can have lunches outside with our teammates, because we are big eaters at work during the day. We are a big family there, and we have people who bring us food a lot. I bring in food, and we do a lot of our meals around our tables there while we're talking business. So it's really exciting. It's just so much bigger than we're at now. We're in a beautiful space, but this is our own freestanding building. So
Incredible.
really excited about it. And you guys, we'll have a big open house when we're ready and it's all done and perfect next year.
Yeah.
So that's my commercial. And I haven't owned a commercial piece of property in over 10 years, but I do own a lot of multifamilies, and I love it. I think they're the best investment. And if anybody was going to start getting into the business at the beginning on their first one, or they wanted to jump in, I would highly recommend it. I think it's the most ROI, return on investment.
No, that's very good. What do you say currently with, some interest rates that are, jumping up a little bit, and then I think they're actually kind of backing down now. What do you tell the normal person that gets a little bit uneasy about that or uncomfortable because we know it historically things are really pretty good right
They're
now,
under
right?
7%. They've been under 7%. So when I just told you my numbers, obviously my clients don't feel that way. So when I tell realtors, if I'm meeting somebody or if I'm out and somebody says, oh, we're going to wait for the rates to come down. Well, if you're going to wait for rates to come down, all it's going to do is the prices are going to go up. So you're going to lose equity right there. If you're ready to buy and you can afford the payment, that's when you buy. Don't worry about interest rates. They're under 7%. Again, I can't close as many loans as I do if most people felt that way. So I don't really believe that they do. And if they do feel that way, they're the same people that are missing the boat year after year after year. And they probably missed it in COVID too when the rates were 2s and 3s thinking, oh no, the market's so high for the prices. I'll wait for the market to come down. Listen, every day, all day is a perfect time to buy if you can afford the property. That's all I'm going to say, because once I got out of the stock market and started buying real estate when I met my husband before he was my husband, because I needed somebody to help me with it 14 years ago, I'm worth 20 times more than I ever was in the stock market. And listen, it's just not what I know. I know real estate, I know mortgages, I know Naples. So that works for me. I'm not saying it works for everybody, but that's my experience. And if you ever wanted me to share it with you and you wanted to have a 10-minute conversation in my office, I'm happy to share with you how to get started. I came from nothing. I was in this business making $17,000 a year. So you don't need a lot of money to start out. There's tons of programs out there. I get so many people down payment assistance. I have in-house products. So if you're a first-time home buyer, or even if you're just going to live in the home as your primary residence, you could buy a house for under $2,500. Yeah. Take that to the bank.
And how do they reach you, Lauren?
239-254-2260. Obviously, you can Google me, go on my website, send me a messenger message on Facebook. Don't do it on Instagram. I'm over 50. I'm not really sure how to use it. I just share it, okay? I'm a Facebook girl.
Yeah. And you know, the thing about it is I personally have sent several people to Lauren that felt like in desperation. Now, if she can't do it, she'll tell you straight up, I can't do it, but let's give you a pathway to do it. And if there's a way to do it, I can tell you that Lauren will find out the way to do it, to make it work. We've done a lot of deals like that.
I sent her a person that was in somewhat desperation, and Lauren got it done for her. She was very happy. So,
yeah, it definitely helps when
she was a nice lady.
Yeah,
people take the time and spend with other people. And what about credit scores and things like that? How do we improve in those? How do they really impact us, and why is it important not to go buy, a big truck before you're going to be closing on your loan?
That is important. So, credit scores are all over the board. If you're a veteran, I don't really care about your credit score. If you're at a 500 credit score, I don't care. What I'm going to look at is what can you afford? I'm going to look at residual income. After you make your mortgage payments, after your debt, how much money do you have left over? Can you live on that? That's what we look at. So when people say, oh, you have to have this amount for a credit score, let me worry about that. For an FHA loan, I need a 580 credit score. For down payment assistance through the state, I need a 640 credit score. However, I have in-house products where you only need a 600 credit score with down payment assistance. It's just that part you have to pay back on an interest rate. But there's so many things. So if you're ever not sure, like I said, I'm free consultation. Call me and I'll let you know. And again, I'll never say no. I'll guide you. And I say maybe not now, but we're going to guide you because we want everybody to be a homeowner. Think it's super important. And I'm really, really passionate about that.
Yeah, it comes across. Absolutely.
Yeah, and sometimes little things can get your score up really easily. You knock out the Marshall's credit card or the, Walmart or Home Depot or things like that. If you knock those smaller ones out, sometimes it can push it up. How quickly can that be done?
Very quickly if you do what I say. Okay. We order rapid rescores, so it might just be you have a Kohl's bill that you have a $1,000 credit line and you owe $799, but if you just pay it down to $200, you might go up by 35, 40 points. Wow. It's huge. So there's so many things, but don't do it on your own. Ask me first. People say, oh, I'm going to hire these different people, and I'm not saying not to, but at least let me look at it, because if I'm free and I can guide you in 2 steps, and I'm going to tell you, if you want to buy a house and you go to a credit place that is going to try to fix your credit and they want you to dispute everything, all you're doing is prolonging your chances of buying a home. Because once you dispute credit, then basically you freezing, and I can't do anything until everything's undisputed. So at least call me first, and then go to a credit repair company if you need it.
So just to reiterate on that, so if there's a dispute situation and you're trying to get them closed, it's not going to happen.
Right. You have to undispute it. And then I have to do a simulator to see if your score is going to go down or not. Because sometimes when you undispute that, after you dispute it, now your score goes down. So it's not going to help. So at least call me, and don't go and pay I know whoever's watching, don't go and pay all your medical bills. They don't really affect credit that much. Let me take a look, because in mortgage world, we really don't count medical collections. We don't count charge-offs. There's a lot of little things that you just don't know. You might just have not enough credit. You might just have one installment loan because you were told, get rid of all your credit cards and then go to your mortgage company. Well, one new installment loan and no credit cards, you might not even have a score. It might be really low. I might say, hey, go put $300 on that credit card. You have a $2,000 limit. Go use it, or go get gas and start using this card and make a couple of payments, and then your score will go way up. There's so many things, and it just depends upon the person.
Well,
but do not, if you're thinking about buying a home this year, please do not go. I mean, I know there are going to be great deals on cars, but please don't go get a new $1,000 car payment. Sometimes when I see these payments that people are paying for cars, I mean, if you want a house, choose, because that is going to affect you, a large car payment, unless your income is just very high.
Yeah, I mean, in my past law enforcement career, we have this thing with the law enforcement firemen. The thing we want to do is go out and buy a big truck, a big car, and the $1,500 car payments. I'm sitting there going, let's just drive something small. Maybe use, if you're going to buy a house, don't be jumping into those car payments, because a car payment will set your debt to income off, especially if it's up $1,000. It's crazy unless you have the money to buy it. I don't even know what car interest rates are right now. Are they up to 5, 6?
I think they're 6s and 7s.
Yeah, because they used to be like really
2s,
low.
right?
Yeah, and I'd be like, I'm buying on credit. Why should I pull money out? But again, just be smart about how you're doing it. And I think the key thing is get with a professional like Lauren that can walk you through things that can really help you, instead of don't spend money on people that are trying to get money from you to try to do this, because unless you feel you really need to.
I have something important. So the one thing that just happened recently is that normally you can buy a home here if you have an employment authorization card or a work permit, which means if you're coming in from another country and you've been able to buy homes here for a long time, you don't have to actually be a citizen or a green card holder. Well, as of May 25th, that no longer will be able to happen unless we already are under contract and we've pulled an FHA case number. This is for FHA loans, guys, so I'm sorry. So let me clarify. This is not for VA loans. This is not for conventional loans yet. We don't know what's going to happen. This is for FHA loans. I'm not happy about it. I mean, I love our administration, but I've already written a lot of letters, and I already talked to Byron Donalds about this, because it affects a lot of people here who've been working a long time and who've raised their kids here, but they're still work permit holders or employment authorization cards. They're called EAD cards. Well, we have to be under contract, because I have to pull a case number, an FHA case number for you, if you want to buy a home. And FHA loans are great for people who have limited funds and lower credit, because with a 500 credit score with 10% down, or 580 with 3.5% down, that's where FHA loans fall into. Higher debt ratios to qualify in case you have that $1,000 car payment, or you can have cosigners. There's a lot of little things, but it's super important. So realtors, anybody who is on the cusp, your clients, now is the time. They might say, oh, let's wait for rates to get better. Well, guess what? They won't be buying a house at all unless this changes. So really important to know. And the nice thing is, even if they're building a house, as long as I can pull the FHA case number by May 25th, they can close by November 25th, and we're good. Okay. So they don't have to close by May 25th, but you do need to be under contract. So anybody who's listening to me who is an EAD holder or a work permit holder, or your realtors who are working with clients like that, please get them under contract. Come in. If they don't believe me, I'll show them the new statute, and let's go.
Yeah, that's it.
Jump on that.
Mark has a question, and this is kind of more of an investment one too, but how do you feel about making extra mortgage payments as opposed to using the extra money to invest?
Make one extra mortgage payment a year and you'll be paid off in about 20 years versus 30. I think it's really important. And then even when you go to refinance in 5 or 7 years, your principal will go down.
Yeah.
So great question.
That's a great question.
And listen, if you can make more, I have clients when my business concierge goes to a closing and she sees that they may be able to afford 2 extra payments a year, whatever it is, she'll tell them and say, hey, if you want to make this extra per year or per month, however you want to do it, just make sure you mark it towards principal. You'll be paid off in this amount of time.
Yeah, and that's a big thing too, because where you put that money, make sure it goes to your principal, because they'll be happy to just keep those payments going on and on and on.
To escrow or something you do. And, you have to keep your mortgage companies honest. Listen, even with all servicers, even we make mistakes and people will call me and we'll get it fixed.
Yeah. No, that's important. Anything else to add, Patrick?
You want to talk about the Naples City Lifestyle monthly magazine April issue? Got Lauren Maxwell and Mr. GQ himself, Dan Colwell. Shout out to Alexander Duran, too. He was on Politic and Jira Larry Love yesterday. Impressive young man.
Look at Dan on there. Looking all good.
Dan
he is good looking, isn't he?
And then, obviously, Lauren always looks great.
Put some filters on Dan. He looks a little...
He looks good.
He always looks good.
This is our little bit of our studio. We got studio audience. That's always good. And Pat told me not to get up too close to him today.
And you still do
you
it.
Get no sleep last night.
Why didn't you sleep, Pat?
I just go to bed late and wake up super early.
So we were asked to be on it. It was great. Greg does always a great job. But Skylar, shout out to Skylar.
Let me see if I can get
great
get that
shoes.
over here.
I own how do you do here?
There we go. It. Yeah.
There we go. Nope, that's Kelly.
Skylar on which side? Right there.
All right. There we go.
There you go.
Big shout out.
Yep, we got it.
Ta-da. Yeah. Anyway, you do this.
Shout out to Skylar Porter.
Listen, I mean, young girl in town, manufacturer of these shoes. She makes great shoes. I think I just got my 4th or 5th pair from her. Awesome boots.
Have her on.
You should have her on.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a great young entrepreneur. She's a mom, and she's actually her better half. I mean, her least better half is a realtor also, but she's a great girl.
There's
yes.
Lauren and Dan.
Oh, we got to definitely get that. The magazine shot. Bring it over here. Got it. Look, there's Lauren, always looking nice. And obviously, Dan, the man.
The commissioner.
The commish.
Dan Gold. Doing a great job, too, by the way. We always love him to, jump on, and he's always willing to just sit down with us. And
always.
The thing about Dan is, he listens to people. And I worked with him for many years, but he's a listener, and he takes it in, and he speaks good words when he needs to speak, which is very important.
Very important.
A lot of people run their mouths, me included sometimes, obviously.
We were at an event last night, and the sheriff was being honored. And so we went to a small event. He doesn't really ask me to do a lot of things, but he asked me to go to this. So we were together last night. I left work at 5:45 and met him for dinner for this event. So it was very nice. Jim Bloom was there. Sheriff was there. A couple of people from D.C. were there. Colonel Alan West was there.
Yeah,
it's Lori Roman's organization. It was really nice.
Yeah, they came in for the 287G, I think, award too.
Mm-hmm,
we didn't even get a chance to talk that with Lois. So we've been doing 287G immigration here in Collier County since I think about 2005.
I think that's that the ACRU?
Yeah, I believe it was the award that they did get. But yeah, we've been doing a lot of that immigration stuff for a long time.
And they've been they said over 17 years you guys have been doing it.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. I mean, and everybody's talking about it now, and we should jump into it. I'm like, Collier County's been doing it for a long time.
Dan, that was, he was on that unit when I first met him all those years ago.
Yeah, Dan, a little bit about Commissioner Kowal. He was in the middle of, some heavy-duty fun stuff out in East Naples and keeping our community really
he was
clean,
actually fighting crime. You were sitting in the office.
Yeah, I was sitting in the office.
Doing the dirty work.
Yeah, Dan was out.
Dan's a street cop for sure.
He is. And I asked him when I did the podcast, and we still got to get that done. I asked Dan on the podcast, how did your experience in law enforcement help you in your position as commissioner? And without a doubt, he can truly speak to situations, facts, areas in the county, and I don't know as if every commissioner can do that. And it definitely gives him an upper hand.
He has a lot of knowledge, and he remembers everything. And just like his time in D.C. and there's nothing really probably in the Constitution he doesn't know either. So he's very knowledgeable guy. Again, he's quiet, so people don't. When he was running, there were people like, "Oh yeah, empty suit," and I'm thinking if they only knew, he's like one of the smartest men I've ever met.
Yeah, he absorbs information. He's a big stat guy too, especially when it comes to any kind of numbers and football related. Dan Colwell knows his stuff. So.
and Pat Jira does too.
Yeah, not quite as much as Commissioner Colwell, but
he's older than you, Pat.
Don't do that to Dan. Don't compare me to him.
Lois jumped on there and said, we're supposed to be there, but
Blake
went to
Becker
program.
doing 100 miles an hour in the parking lot.
Where's
just doing donuts in the parking lot. And then the magazine launch party for a big shout out to Greg Dodge. We love Greg for Naples City Lifestyle at the Ritz-Carlton on Thursday. You going to be there?
Now that you reminded me, I sure am. Will you
Put
text
in your
me that
calendar.
morning?
I will.
Please?
Absolutely.
Actually, see that 7-Eleven? I went to Einstein's because I was rushing here and I forgot my Celsius. So I went into Einstein's, nothing. So I had to go back and go to the gas station. Right? Is that the 7-Eleven gas station?
Yeah.
And I don't buy lottery tickets because I normally don't go into 7-Elevens. And so I picked up a bunch of lottery tickets. Well, I'm here. It was fun.
It's the night.
You're going to hit the jackpot.
Is it?
Saturday, tomorrow, right?
No, I think I go, what nights are lottery? She goes, which one do you want? I go, I don't know what nights. She goes, Friday and Saturday. I said, okay, give me 5 for each.
Oh, good.
I got both.
Good. Yeah, there you go.
And then tonight, too, you'll be in attendance,
So
correct?
tonight it will be exciting. If you guys, we probably still have some tickets, but if we don't text me or message me, the Elton John, Billy Joel cover bands up at Paradise Coast.
Legends Concert Series.
It's the Legends Concert, Maxwell Mortgage Legends Concert Series. Super excited. I mean, these are my favorites right now because this is my era, Billy Joel, Elton John. And yes, I've seen them both live in concert many times as well. But, now that they're getting older, I actually love the cover bands. Plus, it's just so nice to be outside in Naples and we see so many familiar faces. We honor our veterans, our law enforcement, our firefighters. So we have a great time. Oh, there's Pat and I.
Yeah, I was going to say, who's that guy to the right of you?
We can't have a show without Pat.
Of course.
Without Pat Dearborn. He was.
You should.
He comes in here and just turns the whole place upside down and just shoots out the door. It's crazy.
Do you want to play that slide that Pat wanted?
Yeah, we actually do. It's a very important slide that we want to bring up. We have a firefighter family in need, so anything we can do to help out, we really want to make sure we can do that. Let's go ahead and play this real quick.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, one of our first responders needs our support. Ryan, a dedicated lieutenant with the Greater Naples Fire Department for over 10 years, and his wife Brenda, an active member of Next Level Church, are facing a challenging time. Their son Cole was diagnosed with DIPG, a rare and aggressive brain tumor, in February of 2025. They remain hopeful and grateful for all the love from family and friends. Tonight, join us for a 50-50 drawing to help raise funds for Cole's medical expenses. Every bit counts. And most importantly, please pray for Cole and his family.
Wow.
That is the worst. I had a nephew years ago who was diagnosed with brain cancer. And one of the reasons that Dan and I are so involved with Make-A-Wish is because they gave him a wish. Unfortunately, he was diagnosed when he was 3 years old, and he ended up passing away when he was 6. And, you would never wish this on your worst enemy, just going to the cancer wards and the hospitals and the pain that the families and the children go through. It is the worst thing ever. So yes, if anybody can donate, we're going to donate $500, Dan and I, to this family. So it's the first time I've seen that. So I'm just letting you know, let us know where to send that check. Okay. Does Mike know, or do you guys know?
What's funny,
Mike asked us, but people are jumping
people are
in,
literally
so
asking.
I don't want a 50-50. I just want to give $500.
Where can we donate?
Let me tag Mike,
Yeah.
because Mike.
And I don't love,
We can find
GoFundMe, I'd rather not, because I think they get 11%. Let's just figure out how
Yeah.
we get it directly to the family.
Yeah.
If we need to open up an account, because again, I would never wish that on anybody. So God bless them, and we will pray for Cole.
Yeah.
And how about that boy who was stabbed and run over, the 14-year-old boy here in Naples? by trying to protect the girl. Again, there's so many things going on locally that we could do to help our community.
Yeah.
There's so many sad things. And then, of course, the poor Miller boy. And then there's another boy who I think he's out of a coma, but he's not doing well. His name is Caleb. I watch it on social media, and these are all local families. So when I drive my daughter to school every morning, these are people that we pray for because it's so sad. We have nothing without our health. And we just, every day we should be so grateful just that we're healthy. So when all these families are going through these terrible things, they could all use our prayers and, of course, our financial support.
Yeah. And the thing about it is, and, doing the law enforcement for as many years, when you have an adult, obviously, that struggles and passes away, it's crushing. But when you have a kid, 4, 5, 6, 10,
14, 15, 16,
any age,
right?
Any age. But when you see those kids suffering, it's just a tough thing for us to take in. And it just, and you see your healthy family running around, it just makes you want to just give them the bigger hug.
Being grateful.
Yeah, being grateful.
I mean, we had to put down our first pet for Montana Monday, and it was awful. However, it was really awful watching her suffer.
Yeah.
That's the worst. And we're actually more humane to our animals than we are to our elders.
Yeah, I know. That was the toughest thing I think I've had to do is put my dog down recently. Yeah, that's brutal. That's tough.
Yeah.
It's a tough thing. And then, we live in a community that is so supportive. But like you said, Lauren, is you've got a lot of these things outside, but our local community, there's people here that are struggling and need it right here. So, I mean, it's very important. And you brought up a good point, like where do you give it? You want to make sure you give it to the right place. You want to make sure the person gets the money, and that, just even something little can really make a big difference in people's lives.
And again, I'll do a GoFundMe when I don't really know somebody and I have to, but I'd rather just write them a check or send it directly to them or buy something and ship it to them, whatever, they're in need from. Because why have 11% or whatever it is go anywhere? Why have 3% go anywhere else?
Yeah.
Let the family use it. And I don't know the answer to that, but it would be nice if we had a local organization that we knew it was going out there.
Yeah,
and you always do that, and you do so much behind the scenes too that people. I know you don't want the credit for, but I know you always help out when you can. Mike Randall just popped in, so Mike, let us know how directly people can get involved.
And we're laughing at a few things here.
Blake Becker.
We got Blake Becker's gearing up with his costume.
It's a little small.
What is that?
Yeah, do you wear that around the house?
I don't know.
Blake,
I don't know if I can really really
flip to him.
Flip to him right now.
Here, come on.
There you go. There we go. Blake Becker in the house. Look at this.
Friday food reviews, baby. It's coming up.
I'm glad you.
A lot of people waiting for.
Grab your daughter's.
Coming soon.
What does that mean?
What's that? What does any of this mean, Lauren? None of this makes sense. This whole experiment is.
It looked good when it was just on camera, but when you see the whole thing, it looks a little crazy.
You're very cute. That's all I'll say.
About that. Did you hear?
That's a great.
Did
very
Tim?
Cute.
Did you hear? I don't know if you heard this morning, Blake. Tim, tell Blake the 7-Eleven story.
Oh, so we go in. So we're slowly getting a little bit famous here in Collier County, right? So we go into 7-Eleven. Of course, shout out to my 7-Eleven coffee. It was the last minute. We had to go, but we walk in and this guy goes,
We're staying in line.
Yeah, we're staying in line. He goes, you're Blake's brother, right? And of course we had a couple other choice words to say, but everybody seems to know that you guys are connected. It's just kind of interesting to know how you're connected, as far as that goes. But brothers, right?
If you
Let's
know,
keep it
you know.
like that.
Yeah,
keep it like that. But no, Blake keeps us entertained, and we appreciate it. So yeah.
Mike said there'll be a 50-50, but I guess what people. Lauren, you could talk to Mike.
We'll talk,
there,
and maybe you guys will advertise it when I know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he said there'll be a 50-50 tonight, but I'm hoping like if they want to donate another way, we can make that happen. I'm sure.
239. You guys have, don't you have like a 503c or 501?
501c3. We probably need to.
Seriously, that would be a great thing.
Yeah.
You guys talk about it. People can send money here, and you can disperse.
Yeah.
And then it just goes all 100% to the families.
That would be good.
I think that's something good you should do, Tim.
Good idea.
With all the time on your hands.
I know.
Yeah, we have just tons of time. We have nothing going on, but
Lauren. I know Lauren. Lauren. Yeah, that'd be good. I know Lauren's like, these guys have time like from 8 to 10 every morning.
I know
right?
people think we do food reviews and just mess around all day, but we actually do
Lauren,
work.
But no, Lauren, that's a really good idea to try to take it up to another level. And we also want to do on live virtual events. So if you're interested in doing one of those, please let us know. We're going to be doing one for the military museum folks and on live virtual.
You know, I could do a mortgage 101 for people if they wanted to just come in and
be.
And I do it for a lot of new realtors. I could do something for 30 minutes, go over some numbers, and then people can ask questions if, they're not comfortable yet coming in and talking to me in person. A lot of people think, I don't want to waste her time. She's so busy. But this is my business. They're like, I can't believe I got you on the phone. Well, if you didn't get me on the phone, wouldn't I be out of business? I answer my phones and I try to talk to everybody I can.
And you do. And that's what's great about Lauren. She's always there, and
absolutely,
it just takes it to another level. I think Mike, could you just yes?
No,
Mike goes Chef Boyardee. That's not the family name. We're trying to get the family name again.
He was talking about Blake.
Oh, was it Blake? I know Blake looked like Chef Boyardee, but so
Kevin Wilkinson says, "Lauren, you're the best."
Yeah, there we go.
Thank you, Kevin.
Yeah, that's good. It's always good. Well, Lauren, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for making time for us.
We always love having you come in. You're always welcome. We have a fun time doing this, and it gets out to some people, so it's good. And I think that's a great idea. If we do whenever you're ready to do that too, we can do like a 101, and we can put up some slides and as you're talking and
just let me know. Pick a date anytime before June 10th.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're gonna roll out.
Might be going to the lake.
Gonna go. I opened up a Georgia office, so I'm gonna go up there and I'm gonna work from there until the first week of August.
Yeah, you work a lot, but
nonstop.
It's exciting. Oh, by the way, hold on. My new girl up there, her name is Liz Coffee. So we're the Maxwell Coffee mortgage team. We finance the world one loan at a time.
I love it. And you marketing and to talk a little bit about that, just if you get 2 seconds, you really get out and involved in a lot of things in the community and a lot of things you don't tell people you're involved in. Why do you think that's important? And I know for a fact it's not because you're trying to just boost up your business. You just feel that our community is that important, and that's why you're involved. Tell us a little bit about why.
So, I've been in this community since October of 88. So how many years that is, 36, 37 years now.
Yeah.
And I've grown with this community and this community's grown with me. And I feel that one of the reasons that I'm so successful is because I'm always out in there and I want to give back to our community because they've given back to me. We've grown together. So I think it's super important, but you wouldn't know me if I wasn't out at all these events and trying to sponsor and give back to wherever I can. And so I think it's very important. In mortgage world or realtor world, clients don't just come knock on your door and say, "Hey, how are you?" You have to be known. They might have during COVID, but that was a fake time. And that's why we have 8,900 realtors and only the, top 10% do 90% of the business. But I think it's very important. So wherever you are, whatever you do for a living, whether it's real estate, mortgages, TV, radio, owning a gun shop, whatever it is, be part of the community. Go to events, meet people, because it's all about meeting people, getting to know people, having people trust you, doing what you say. If you say you're going to do it, do it. Don't just talk the talk. You got to walk the walk, and that's extremely important.
Love it.
Yep.
Love it. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, Lauren.
We appreciate you.
You're welcome.
And get it going. Have a great weekend. Hopefully see
tonight.
You this evening.
You better be there tonight.
I might get in trouble if I don't.
Why aren't you going to be there?
I'd love. I got to run everything by, the boss woman.
Well, have her. She'll want to come to this. Come sit with us. We actually have 2 extra seats with us.
We love it with you guys. So every time we do something, we're good.
Come sit with us.
Love it. All right. Love you guys.
Thank you, Lauren.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, Lauren.
Have a good day.
Bye. Thanks, guys.
Of course. Thank you. Got the chef.
Chef in the house. He's over.
A lot of people asking for this review. They're excited about Chef Blake's.
Yeah, we got a lot going on.
Who Chef Blake's going to crown as the pizza champ in our pizza review challenge. Kevin said that Kevin Wilkinson.
Oh, see, this is going to be a little different with my hat on.
Yeah, you got a little bit of, you got a couple little.
I think we can make it work, though.
We're back.
Kevin
We're here.
Wilkinson says,
look at you.
Blake has all the ingredients to make an amazing dreams.
Oh, you know that. Thank you, Kevin. I zelled Kevin $20 before this to have him share that.
I do owe you $20 from yesterday, by the way. It's in my truck.
You guys, you want to roll right into that? Big shout out to Jimmy
We had
Pease.
a great look at
It's different having my my costume on in the studio. It's a little different, but first and foremost, I want to say that Lauren Maxwell called me cute today on the show, not anybody else.
Yeah, that's
just
true. Yeah.
Shout out to Lauren. Thank you so much. And Dan, don't kill me, but yeah, I'm cute, so it's cool.
Yeah, no, you.
She was saying your daughter's outfit's cute. I don't think she was saying you were cute.
No,
but
she said I was cute.
Yeah,
For the record, JT heard it.
shout out JT.
JT,
Live audience
showing up for the
JT.
live.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I like this one too. Yeah.
Old Reef. Mark just loves that you're a member of Ocean Reef. That's I think the third or fourth time he's.
And then I like this one better.
Blake Boyer.
I like that.
I like that.
I like that. That's cool.
That's
cool.
He's got it. He's got it down.
How we doing today, guys?
We're great.
There's no birds chirping, and there's
Nope.
there's no craziness in the background. You know,
Well, speaking
so.
of craziness, about some walk in, but about to show up.
There's 2 episodes of craziness right there.
No, but let's talk about our
missed
experience at Jimmy P's Burgers and More yesterday. As a fucking semi truck rolls through the neighborhood.
In the house.
Got to experience the new brunch menu at the all new Jimmy P's Burgers.
I'm
and
still
More.
full. I'm actually still full from that.
That takes a lot.
Yeah, when you got to do a food review of 7 different plates, you know, it takes a real man to be able to
and
smash that kind of meat.
I did a teaser video, so you can go on Jira social media or Blake's social media page to see. But we're gonna do the full video review of that here in the next couple days. But what was your favorite thing that you sampled yesterday from the brunch menu and the meat platter and the key lime pie and
I'm gonna be
the
honest,
burger?
that waffle burger with the fried egg on it was pretty good.
Was
the
good.
New York strip with the fried egg and the French fries was
official.
We got
a nice Jimmy P's take on steak and eggs. You
Yeah.
know? So steak, egg, and potato. I mean, that was
Egg was cooked perfectly. Steak was cooked perfectly.
They did a great job.
Juan really took care of us, and
Yeah, thank you, Juan. As
But we got to make sure everybody knows where it's located. I think you mentioned it, but Vanderbilt Beach, new location.
Yeah,
Jimmy
new
P's
location.
and More.
New location.
Jimmy P's and
Let me
More,
tag them
right?
too.
So
Yeah, Jimmy-
they're over on Vanderbilt, just before you get to Collier Boulevard on the left. I think there's like a Five Guys. We won't see too much about them.
Barbershop.
Jimmy P's, real hamburgers over there. And then, that
There
strip
wa-
mall right there.
Yeah. There was a Jim Crunch or whatever. Or
Yeah,
something
there's a
next
couple
door, but-
other businesses in there. So
and they still have the original
Sharka
location.
says I look like Santa Claus. I'm
well,
not sure. Maybe the Santa Claus in the Czech Republic looks different than the one here, but I'm not 100% sure. Sharka, thank you. Appreciate that.
that's ironic she would
Next
make
question.
that comment, but that's okay. Next question, please.
I just see what's your handicap.
What's your handicap, Blake?
I have lots of handicaps. Which one do you want to talk about?
I wasn't even talking about golf. You're right.
I don't know what. Yeah.
Which handicap you're talking about? I got mental handicaps. I got physical handicaps. No, I'm just kidding. And and shout out to anybody that does have a disability out there or handicap. We're just joking. We love everybody.
Allegedly.
Yeah,
Allegedly.
we're not
Don't take
picking
us too
fun on
seriously.
anybody.
Yeah,
We like to have fun on here because doing this
God
for 2
forbid.
hours.
Oh yeah, God
and not
forbid
having
someone's
fun,
gonna
we'd be
someone's gonna
screwed.
start hating on us.
Yeah.
We're getting a following. Now. You better watch out.
If they're not hating on you, then
You're doing your job right.
Yeah, absolutely. But again, just
I think
incredible
we
time.
got-
So my
Shout out-
handicap
shout-
is actually at 22. If you must know, Mark, it's a 22.
Shout out to Out and About too.
Not a
for
great
doing
golfer, but I
for
do
doing
like to
the
play.
photo shoot yesterday.
Out and
Had a lot
about,
of
yeah,
fun.
Matt.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
That was fun. We got to hang out and chop it up with you, plus eat, and he likes to eat. That skinny guy.
He threw down.
he
threw
put
down,
down some
he,
food,
He might
man,
have
I'm
put
gonna
down
tell
more
you.
food than you.
I think
He might have missed
one
a
bite
meal
of
or
everything.
two.
I think Matt is probably like putting some stuff in and taking it home. I think he's a
He
single.
did take a to-go
single
box.
guy, right?
He took a to-go
yeah,
box.
But you know what? There was so much
did.
food. Why would you not? When
No,
there's
No,
that
I know.
much
Yeah,
food,
Juan put out so much, and we
Way
could,
too-
even all of us couldn't eat it all. So
No,
that's-
absolutely.
That's good that Matt got to take some food home.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
so-
even had the key lime pie.
Was that what that was? I had one bite. I didn't even know.
It was a key lime pie.
I was in the moment when I'm filming like that. I'm in the moment.
You're in the zone.
I'm in the
zone.
Becker
zone.
I don't even know what I ate.
How can
you had ribs,
you could have
steak,
put anything next
chicken.
there.
How can we find out a little bit more about Jimmy P's? They got their social media.
Social media, you go Jimmy P's Burgers More, Instagram, Facebook. Go see Juan. They got the butcher, small version of their butcher shop, their deli in there.
Yeah, they have.
So we can get the pre-cut steaks. They had the tomahawk ribeye in there.
They got pork. They got steaks. They got sausages. They got
huge
burgers.
sausage variety, which I know you're a big sausage guy. So
I just love how huge sausage just rolls right off your mouth. So naturally, so naturally you say huge sausage, bro.
Great sausage collection.
A little scary.
They got their
huge sausages.
This is a family-oriented program.
What sausage?
Checks
Burgers. They have all the Wagyu burgers. The
Wagyu.
Yep.
Yeah, I like Wagyu.
They got the Wagyu burgers. They got the turkey burgers. They got the freaking
Wagyu.
What else? They got the key lime pie.
They did.
Yeah.
They did. It was good. Thank you, Juan. Appreciate it.
But you can take
Thank
it.
you to
take it
everybody.
home.
Seriously,
I mean,
we've gone to I don't know how many restaurants now. We've been invited to so many restaurants, and I haven't paid for lunch in a while. I'm going to be honest. It's been nice.
Bad, right?
So any other restaurants out there that would love to have us come
Invite
through
us. We'll
and
travel
do a food
for
review.
food.
And this is funny looking, but, we are serious about it. I do love
we take it
to
serious.
review the food and have fun, and we love to blow up the restaurant on social media. So if you want to have us come out, please, if there's any suggestions out there of anybody that would like us to come out, please drop them in here. And
We got a couple.
I know we got some new ones to go to already.
Yeah.
So we're booking up, guys.
Booking-
The food review is booking up.
We're
so.
about 2 weeks out, so book us.
So book.
We'll
book.
travel for food.
Book, baby, book, like Trump would say.
And in all
Drill,
seriousness,
baby, drill.
The places that have had us, thank you for taking great care of us, and we'll roll right into Italian
Best pizza
Yes.
challenge.
So
20.
voting ends today.
5.
Voting ends today at noon.
Oh,
Naples
there's no
Day-
vote. I've already
I
decided.
know yours has, but I'm saying if people.
We got a slide for it.
I know, but
I've already decided.
this is America, home of the free, land of the brave. So people can go on Naples Daily News and decide who their pick is for the winner of the Pizza Bracket Challenge, down to Lowbrow Pizza and the Italian Deli on Marco. How ironic, the two places that we reviewed before it was the two finalists are in the actual finals. I hate you, Tim. And we're going to roll right into. So if you want to vote by noontime today to pick the winner, Blake's going to pick his winner here shortly. We're going to roll right into. We can start with Italian.
We're down to Italian deli, right?
Great experience.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jared Grafoni. I mean, he took great care of us. He kept bringing more and more food for us to try. 3 or 4 different pizzas. You even got a corned beef sandwich that you wanted. I mean, just ridiculous amount of food. He really took care of us. Even the chef made a special pizza for you to try.
He did.
So big shout out to Jared. Thank you for taking great care of us. Go ahead, roll right into your review, and you can find the clip on our IG Jira social
the
media.
clip's not going to pop up, unfortunately.
No, I'm saying
So-
if they want to go on Jira social media.
This
I have
was
the-
a difficult.
I have the full review up.
A difficult thing to challenge, right? This was a difficult thing to challenge. This was. I love pizza, right? I'm a pizza guy, and so and we talked about this. And there was two great pizza companies, 2 great pizza businesses, local businesses here in the Naples area who were in the finalist, and one of them was Lowbrow, and one of them was the Italian Deli in Marco Island. So
And they just happened to reach out to us, and they ended up making
both
the
did. They
finals.
both did. And, from our first pizza review, they reached out. They both happened to make it to the final. So we said, let's jump in. Let's make this pizza review thing that we're doing tie into the Naples Daily News pizza review and championship. So we went to both. We had great experiences. You just shared about our experience at the Italian Deli in Marco Island. It was phenomenal. They made special pizzas for us. They made special sandwiches for us. They brought. I mean, they took care of every single thing you could ever imagine that you could want at their beautiful new location too. If you haven't been to their location, it's a big. It was a little tiny spot before on the other side of the island, but it was beautiful. And then Lowbrow. So Lowbrow. And shout out to Chef Chris Jones because he was the original, founder of Lowbrow. I think he's now since sold, but he created just a really cool vibe in there, man. This place, I mean, this chair kind of shows it. I mean, it's fun there. They got
they have a Biggie Smalls mural.
They got tons of cool art in there. They have an amazing eclectic collection of all types of stuff. There's graffiti in the bathrooms. You know, it's just a fun place.
Garbage
to
can
go.
is like the trash can.
Yeah, no, I mean it's a really hip spot, right? Like I love Lowbrow. But the style of pizza that they do is so different. It's like a gourmet pizza. There was like pulled pork and
Mexican street corn.
Yeah, Mexican street corn pizza.
Brisket.
And face melter, which was absolutely delicious, super spicy and but flavorful with hot honey. So I mean, the types of pizzas that were at each place were uniquely different. You know, Italian deli was your traditional, what I call American pizza. Cheese pizza, pepperoni pizza, meat lovers pizza, nice undercarriage, beautiful taste. It's nice and crunchy. It's thin. You could fold it. You could eat it from the back. Any of those things, wonderful. And then the Lowbrow was, you know, tons of ingredients piled on top with sauces and
my kind of pizza.
Yes,
about
Jira's type of place,
different
right?
ingredients. Yeah.
And I'm talking about some very well thought out components on the Lowbrow pizza, right? So, and I said this is going to be really hard for me to pick because these are completely different styles of pizza. But
if you have to pick one, and you have to announce,
to pick one between the two finalists in the Naples Daily News Pizza Challenge, Chef Blake and the Friday Food Review would go with...
Because I don't even know this. You wouldn't tell me. You said you would announce it.
Which one?
Italian Deli.
Italian
Deli on Marco Island. Because I am a traditional pizza guy. I'm American, cheese, pepperoni, sausage, maybe some mushrooms, like just a simple foldable pizza.
Which one was your favorite out of the three that you had? Italian deli, the cheese, the marguerite, or
the deep dish. Personally, I liked the flavor of the deep dish was phenomenal. That was phenomenal.
Becker Custom Builders.
So we gotta throw that. That audio goes in that.
Which is cool. But shout out to both pizza places, Italian Deli and Market.
Yeah,
you won. Chef Blake's pick for best pizza.
You won Blake's heart.
You won my heart. And that sponsorship check was nice. I appreciate that. I said the sponsorship check might sway me one way or the other. So thank you for the sponsorship check, Italian Deli and Market. And
where's the affiliate link? Where's the affiliate link?
Lowbrow. I'm coming back. I mean, your guys' wings are the best wings in town.
Wing is the first time you had those wings.
100. No, I've had it before. I've been going to Lowbrow since
I didn't know
Chris
you had
owned it. But no, they're just so delicious that day. I was really hungry. You know me. I've been hungry for wings for the last few weeks.
It's obvious.
And yeah.
Oh, you're working out, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, you got to work out if you're going to eat this way. You know what I mean? It's crazy. So, but yeah, no, Lowbrow, amazing wings, amazing pizzas. I'm talking about they are amazing. But for me personally, I like these traditional style pizza. So Italian Deli, big props. And we'll find out who wins the Naples,
Daily News.
When is that?
Who wins the
coming
Naples
out?
Daily News Challenge?
Voting ends today at noon. I think they announced the winner over the weekend.
Announced the winner over the weekend. So thank you, 239. Thank
Shout out
you,
to
all
Jared
the restaurants
Grafoni.
that are inviting us out to do food reviews. We love all of you.
We got to do Fleming's, too.
And if you haven't been invited, there's a big party next Thursday, Ritz-Carlton. Got some great sponsors. Just locked down a few sponsors right before I came in the door.
City
Lifestyle party at Sofrita, I believe is the name of the restaurant there at the Ritz-Carlton. So that's going to be a good time. You're going to see all the beautiful people on the cover here. You're going to see our 4 sponsors that have just signed up. And then you're also going to see all of us jokers from the 239 Live crew. And we will be also going to a really fun party after that, the Young Republicans party at Seated Table. And then there'll be a special after hours podcast after that. It's gonna be a late night.
Got a couple big special guests for the after hours podcast.
Big special guests.
And then April 23rd too. If you want to plug
23rd.
that.
Yeah.
Pop-up
we got something coming up. So keep your eyes open for a pop-up art exhibit at Becker Custom Builder Showroom on Shirley Street. Going to have some amazing artists, some amazing entertainment, some amazing food, some amazing sponsors who have donated beverages, entertainment, food. This is going to be one you're going to want to come through.
August
6 to 9.
23rd.
April 23rd.
I mean, April 23rd.
Be April
yeah.
23rd. August, we won't be here. It's too hot. So,
Look at
all
that.
right. Boom.
Look
Thanks,
at that.
guys.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
I'm talking
there you
about.
go.
Italian
Shout out
Deli
Jared
and Market.
Grafoni, Italian
go.
Deli
I'll
and
be there to
Market.
grab that check. I'll be there to grab that check. Let's
We'll be
go.
there for lunch next week.
Lowbrow ranch like no other.
So it's funny
Kevin, you're right.
It's
You're
funny
right.
you say because
Ranch
Larry
is
was
good.
blown away with how good the ranch was at Lowbrow.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. It was good. So we'll be back. We'll be back to both of those places. We support local businesses more
I
than
think those are the two
anything.
best pizza places.
Thank you,
in
Italian Deli and
Naples.
Market, for jumping on.
Yeah.
That's
Appreciate
awesome.
you.
All
Yeah.
right, so I got to go to a job site. Love you guys. Thank you so much.
You actually still remodel homes too on the side?
I do a lot of
Where do
that.
you find
actually.
that time for that?
Oh, I make time.
He's
I make
he's
time.
I'll see you at noon for your podcast.
I'll be
What you
here
got?
at noon
Yeah,
for a
you got a
podcast.
big podcast.
I
today,
do
right?
got a big podcast today, so stay tuned.
All right, thank you, Chef.
Man, isn't it fun to have
Thank you,
Chef
Chef.
in here? He takes this stuff serious. He grabbed his daughter's little chef
She's gonna be
suit,
looking for
all
that.
stuff. She's gonna be looking for that. But yeah, no. So we got so much going on today. Friday's a big day.
A lot going on.
We're shooting out of a cannon. Let's talk a
Yeah.
little bit about some of the fun stuff we ran into this morning. We're getting famous. We're known by this guy at 7-Eleven. What's his name over there?
Rohan. No,
Rohan.
this happened to me and Blake Friday night too.
Yeah.
I won't say where we were at, but a guy ran up and said, "You're the guy that tries all the weird coffee." So yeah. This morning again, someone recognized us. So yeah, a couple. I think about 6 people. The 6 people that listen to the show probably were out in public and recognized us. So that's good.
Yeah, no, but
We're not as famous as these two.
yeah, we got two fames on here. We
some
got
big
one
dogs.
set of headsets, but we can work it out. But Jahnna here, but we hold it before you guys get going too much. We got to put on a little bit of a little tunage if we don't get too.
What you guys doing down
Yeah.
here?
buddy.
What you guys
Yeah.
doing down here?
What you guys doing down here? All these
This
after
is
hours?
the real business. Yeah.
Send me out to this deal.
What y'all got going on down there?
Everybody asking what they doing down there.
Woo! We're having a lot of fun today. Yeah, look at that. Look at those guys. What a cute couple they are. Well, hey guys, welcome to the studio.
Wow.
Welcome to the studio.
Thanks for letting us bring some trailer park down here.
Yeah, hey, you come down to Naples, you guys even dressed up with polos.
Buddy, I
Look
was like,
at you,
you
all
should have
swole.
seen her.
All swole.
She was playing daggone Elf on the Shelf before we left. She had some big old boots and
Yeah.
what are we doing here?
Yeah.
She was looking hot, so I had to stay around the house for a couple minutes.
Hey, gotta love that. So welcome down here to the studio. Have you guys been on the live yet? We know
No.
you've had.
but not in
call it-
studio.
Not in
Yeah.
studio.
Not in
When we were in
studio.
Texas, I think.
So
and then one time
so you made it official now. Now the live is official.
We got the
live is
we got
official.
Relentless Hope on there.
Relentless Hope. Yeah, gotta love it.
Put the stamp
and
on
then
it.
we put the stamp up there. Dave and Jahnna, a little Relentless Hope.
Look at that. Look at that.
Make sure to chime in if you guys need any type of marriage counseling help, assistance, anything you need.
You certified?
Actually, but,
Dave and Jahnna, no,
it's called marriage mediation.
yeah,
not
marriage
counseling.
mediation. Yeah, I guess you can't technically call it the counseling. I guess you could, right? Or probably could.
I can tell you a bunch of ways not to screw it up.
Yeah. Well,
Sometimes
no.
that's the best advice.
That is the best.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know Dave and Jahnna, dear friends of mine, dear friends of Pat, they do, and last time I got in trouble, they do a little country, they do a little rap, a little Christian rap, just talented people, big into
Official theme song for Lee County Carmine
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, man. That was
Sheriff Gar-
I don't know if I can go back home now because I'll probably be my guys back home like, well, this guy moved away real fast. Now he's got on here with the politicians. He's on here with sheriff. But no, anybody who knows us a little bit about us, our whole stand is against drug addiction. You know what I mean? Our whole life is against and the life that it takes. So to do that song with Sheriff Carmine and kind of the love that he gave us when he sees us.
That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
It means a lot to me, bro. I don't care what anybody else thinks. To me, that's a big deal, right?
Yeah, me too, for real.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about, for those of you who don't know Dave and Jahnna, tell us a little bit about you guys' backstory, where you are today, and kind of, let's go into that. You guys do a wonderful podcast too, by the way. Put a big shout out for that one. Over
it's
200,000
I think it's the
followers.
top podcast at 239 Live. I'm not for sure. But I think in subscriber count and views, we might be leading. No way.
I think so.
You've been doing it for 18 years. No. And I was actually honored to be asked to be on it. So that
which got a lot of good reviews. No.
Thank you.
239's our family, man. I love to see everybody grow. I always make a joke, Tim, we're kind of like the stepchildren of it. You know, we don't live in Naples.
We're not high class white.
I can't tell you about percentages, but I can tell you how many ounces go in a kilo. You know what I mean? But you know, it's awesome to be with you guys all the time and all the people that come on. I will tell Miss Lauren Maxwell. Yeah, she is the bomb.
Yes, she is.
But you need to get rid of that Celsius, girl. Celsius is not good for you.
We need to talk about
No, get you some clean cause, energy drinks.
Yeah, there you go.
With collagen.
There you go.
No, I seen it on the thing. I had to say something. But no, a little bit about Relentless Hope, man. We're a husband and wife group who's travels around and shares our story and does a podcast. Two broken people that a lot of people counted out over the years. Two broken people that people still count out, that it's not because we're special or better or anything, but if we can do it, anybody can. And so Relentless Hope stands, man. That's how we saved our marriage. That's how we saved our lives. That's how we redirected the legacy of our family, was with some hope and getting relentless with it. So we come from drug background. You can tell them, babe, where we come from.
Yeah. Fill us in. Just give us some story. Like whenever I talk to you guys, it's amazing that you guys have come to where you're at now, because I cannot even see you guys in a different light,
right?
Because you're so special to me and the things we talk about and we converse about.
Yeah.
And Dave, he got his butt whipped a couple times by a couple popo, but he probably deserved it back in the day.
Yeah,
I did
deserve it.
But no, I'm just saying. But the funny story is I spent my career in law enforcement. By no stretch of imagination am I claiming to be perfect.
Right.
But I had a different life for the last 31 years.
Yeah.
You guys have had a different life for the last 7 years, right?
Yeah,
and then prior to that?
Prior to that, we were, like a lot of the stuff I'm talking to you you're talking 20, 25 years ago, a lot of my charges, pretty much, but we were still active drug users.
Let's throw down. We'll bring back some memories.
Let's still. But my time in Florida, if you go back and ask the kids or the people I'm from, they're going to be like, he's been doing awesome in Florida, because I was really crazy there. But
if you can do awesome in Florida, you're pretty good.
Yeah, you can do good anywhere. If you can make it in Florida as a tradesman, you can make it anywhere. That's why all these contracts. No, I'm just kidding. But but the last 7 years, we really changed our life. Got sober. Started working on our marriage. Wasn't perfect. I'll say the last 3 years, we really started going. 2 years, 1 year, really, where we really got, where we knew that what we needed to do.
Yeah, the past 7 years, for sure. Past 7 years. Yeah, before the 7 years, we were still thinking we could party and
do it all,
drink and do other drugs, and it was a mess because there were felony stops, and it was a mess.
It was crazy. We lived a crazy life, and now our whole life is to tell people, man, you can have the greatest candidate in the world in the White House, but it don't matter if it don't start at your house.
Yeah, that's good words there.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why you see this Make Marriage Great Again hat on right here. Relentless Hope Approved. But really, you can watch all these things online all day, and you can get on these social things, and everybody's got a voice. You don't even have to know nothing about it, and you can get on there and be in the conversation in social media, right? You don't even have to know what's going on. But if it don't start in your house, it's what Nevaeh and Jackson and Elijah do when they leave my house is where it all starts at. And the family has been destroyed over the years. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I've met your kids, and your kids are great. And it's kind of interesting when you meet somebody for the first time. You're like, hey, I like these people. Yeah. And when you call me in the morning, or even when Patrick calls me in the morning, I pick that thing up most of the time for you, Pat. But always for Dave.
Always. I appreciate that.
Most of the time for Pat. But it's like I want to talk. And Pat's the same way. We mess with each other. I want to talk to this person because they bring energy to me. They bring positive energy. Right. They bring good vibes. And I think, to be quite honest with you, the interesting people like your past is intriguing to me, and I think like some of that stuff translates over to you guys because we talk about our stories. Like, all right, interview me like I was a bad guy.
Yeah, we did. Remember the role play?
Yeah.
We did a role play.
Like, I ain't fucking talking.
I was always good. I was always good under questioning. Unfortunately, and fortunately, through my life, I came from a family of everybody had already went to what we call college. You know what I mean? That usually meant the penal system. But people had went, so I always knew what to say, when to talk, what to do. So me and Tim would do role play. But really, hindsight on that, I grew up, you know, and not saying you, but a lot of police officers, when they look at somebody, they see one thing. I don't care. It gets in your, you know what I mean? If you're around it every day, you're like, well, yeah, we know he probably smacks his wife around. Hey, we know. And then we look at cops a certain way. He's this guy, so he's going to do this. And what happens is, later in life, you get around people and you get smarter and you grow up and you realize, like, I start going, well, yeah, they should have took me to jail, right? And you start going, maybe that guy wasn't so bad, right? Then you start going, man, maybe that guy, every time I pulled up, if I didn't think he was, you know what I mean? Like, you start getting a different thing, because I used to be like, yeah, man, I can't talk to a police officer for more than 2 minutes and not incriminate myself.
We just had that conversation yesterday about it.
Yeah. Deep conversation.
And now one of my best friends is a police officer, you know, retired, but and I can bounce
Who's
stuff
that?
off of you.
Yeah, who is that?
His name's Carmine. No, I'm just, you know,
I know, yeah.
But it's crazy, you know, and I made a reel about it that did real good, you know, from handcuffs or whatever, because if you would have tell me or tell Jahnna, our whole life would be to advocate against drug addiction and restoring marriages and helping broken marriages and saying, if we did it, you can do it. You know, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, we'd have told you you're crazy. You know what I mean? Like, it's, so God has a sense of humor, man, and we're just out here trying to make a difference, bro. Really. You know what I mean? You get rescued from the fire to go back in and take people.
Give people some
The
hope.
fire. And all these after hours parties, Blake, but I'm doing intervention on you, man. No, I'm just kidding. I love Blake, man. I love Blake Becker.
He's great.
No, we have more fun sober than we did usually.
Right?
It's great. We talk about that all the time. You know, you see people doing whatever their thing, but we have just as much fun, if not more.
Absolutely.
Just observing and the whole vibe. So we have a good time with it. Shout out Jen Mitchell watching.
Oh,
good morning, Jen.
Gotta love Jen.
And shout out Jared Grafoni, owner of Naples Market Italian Deli.
Yeah, so thank you for jumping in.
You can visit them at 902 Park Avenue, Marco Island, Florida.
Yeah.
I should say Marco Italian Deli, not Naples.
Yeah, so, you know, I think a lot of times, going back to restaurants, man, you need to support the local restaurants, man. I mean, you know, there's chains of all kinds. You can get Little Caesar, you can get Papa John's.
I want to know where Dave and Jahnna like to go date night or a nice lunch. I know they probably don't have any restaurants in Lehigh, but if you're outside of Lehigh,
they got one, Drew. They got one.
Oh yeah, we got
rid of it. We got rid of the Ponderosa. That was
a Shoney's. You got a Shoney's still in Lehigh.
Let me give you. I heard Lauren Maxwell. She had Jahnna and I when we were driving. She was breaking it down the numbers, and I was like, man, she goes everything percentage, and that's why she's so successful. Does whatever. Let me tell you about my credit card. Percentage. So I got a credit card when I was young. I think I don't know how old I was. First one I got, 18, 19, 20. And I found out that the Ponderosa, it was called Bonanza too. Depending on where you live. If you don't know what that is, that was a buffet style place, and you could also get a steak with it. I found out they took credit cards.
Oh,
and buddy, I maxed my buddies. We'd been out all night. I'd be like, "You guys want to go Bonanza?" But here we come. I'll get them all one. You guys want to get some Jordans? We're going. Then that credit card was done, and my mom's like, you know, you got to pay all that back, right?
You got to pay it
but
back.
yeah, Bonanza.
But what is your favorite? Where do you guys like to go?
Go ahead.
You guys eat good. I'm curious. We joke around and we laugh.
Dave eats good,
but Dave is an appetizer guy, man. He freaking gets
yeah, we love to eat.
I love to eat.
Here's my thing. I learned this a long time ago. One time, going out to eat was. I was staying with these people, and they never went out to eat, but they had like 2 Escalades. They might not even been Escalades.
Yeah.
2 Cadillacs, a big house. They just had a bunch of stuff, but they couldn't afford to go out to eat. So we ain't got nothing, but by golly, we can go eat. No,
I'd rather have the food.
I'm just kidding. But no, yeah, we do. We eat when we go, don't we, Tim?
Yeah, we do.
What's your favorite place for date night? I mean, there's a lot of our little staples.
Or a lunch, a breakfast
Jimmy
place.
P's
All
is
three
our
of the
spot.
Jimmy
Jimmy
P's.
P's is
Anytime we do
slamming.
that.
They got a new
Jimmy
brunch
P's.
menu coming out that's fire. Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Every time we do the podcast,
Shout out
when
to
we get
Juan.
to come to 239, we go see Juan. That
Yes.
place is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
But the Melting Pot's like one of our big date places.
yeah.
That's a good date. That's a good date
is a
night.
good
date.
And you get the picture and everything.
Yeah,
I
the
mean, you
ambiance.
get the little picture taken of you.
You got the picture?
Yep.
Heck yeah.
That's where Jackson likes to go for his birthday.
Yeah,
We
he's
think
And the
a
about
melting pot's great because you can actually sit there. Sometimes I will be honest with you. I'm like, I'm hungry.
Oh,
I mean, sitting there waiting for that stuff to cook can be a little bit.
I picture you as
difficult.
I picture you as a big hibachi guy.
Oh yeah, we just
Oh, Pat, you nailed it. I was going to
Oh,
say
yeah.
that. We
I
went
could
last
see you just
weekend.
going nuts at a hibachi
we're
place.
VIP in the hibachi.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I
What's our
love
spot,
hibachi.
babe? What's the first place you ever took me on date?
Man, what's
we went-
Osaka's?
Osaka's.
Yeah.
I thought that
I
was a
grew
Red
up
Roof Inn.
there.
No.
First date. No.
Let me tell you
That
what.
sounds like that could be a little bit more than a
Let me tell you, bud.
place to eat.
Nothing
massage?
fun ever starts. I was at home eating a salad. And let me tell you, I'll tell you some stories. Red Roof Inn, I'm more Motel 6 than
Motel.
No, we're not.
There it is.
I'm good.
Actually,
Red
eating
Roof
out
Inn
in
is
hotels, we stay at the finest, don't we, baby? That's the thing we do.
You got to have a good bed.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, I gotta have.
Good bed and a good shower.
And we use both of them. Make marriage great again.
So how does we kind of talked a little bit about how do you make it work? How do you guys make it work? I've hung out with Dave. I mean, the guy's got energy.
He's a lot of work.
Yeah, he's a lot of work, a lot of time.
It's like your full-time job. I'm like, it's all here on my shirt.
Yeah,
I'm going to Naples for God's sake.
You're the one who wanted the white Connick
I'm like,
horse over.
Bob won't even talk
Suck
to
it
me
up.
for God's sake. No, but how do we make it work, man? Marriage works 100% of the time if you do it God's way, and that's how we do it. We don't know who this is pulling up.
I know. I just don't want him to drive.
There's people. There's
I just
live
don't want him to
people-
drive through.
People will come in live. Want to watch the live stuff.
so
but
yeah.
it's
Frisk 'em, Tim.
marriage
I
works
know.
100% of the time when you do it God's way, and we put the 4 laws, which is priority, right? That's the number 1. Partnership, purity, and pursuit, and that's how we do it, man.
Yeah, no, it's
hard.
good.
It's hard though. Marriage ain't easy.
No.
Oh, wait, we got.
Somebody's got Duncan coming.
Oh, okay.
Oh man, we get
Food.
hooked up.
So yeah, but I will say that you guys had a podcast that I got a chance to listen into, and I listened to your podcast. But
Is that-
there was a couple
get it?
really good messages that you sent. Talking about being just a present. Give us that little rundown about like the when we talked about like when you go out and he can't even see us.
He can't see.
Yeah.
He's got blue blockers on.
Yeah,
and
he
he's
got
blind. He's blind in one eye and the other one's glass.
Our studio's pretty much wide open.
Morning,
Hey,
morning. What's up?
Good morning. How you
We're
doing?
just finishing up our live.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Thank you.
But that podcast you're talking about, it was like face to face, shoulder to shoulder, back to back, and
What's going on here?
Face to face, back to back,
shoulder to shoulder, back to back, and it's how you choose your relationship. What in the world
Delivery.
is Blake going to be here trying all this out a little bit?
Yeah,
What's
it's
going
going.
on?
I'm telling you, 239 Live, we good.
Get it going.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
He sent you down with the donuts. What? So tell us about the face to face, back to back.
Face to face, back to back, shoulder to shoulder in any relationship, but especially in marriage, is Jahnna and I are really good shoulder to shoulder. Shoulder to shoulder means we can get it done, but you put us back to back means you're in passing. Face to face is where you're intimate. You know what I mean? And I think we talked about this, which made me feel really good, by the way, bro. Sometimes I wonder if anybody's listening, but
No, I
obviously,
listen. I listen.
People, numbers stuff, people reaching out, people are listening. But we were talking about cell phones. Like when we go on a date night, she's on this side and I'm on this side.
Yeah.
What? There's no face to face in that. Used to, when you started dating somebody or you went out with your wife and you wanted to get away from the kids, it was just you and them. And in society, we've got away from that in any relationship. Yeah. I mean, and this is, I'm not throwing no shots because I do the same thing. It's like me and you talking. You'll be on your phone, and I'll be telling you something. You're like, yeah, Dave. And you'll be doing it. And then when you get back, I'm like, hold on, man. Yeah, guys, what are you going? Like, it's hard to have a conversation. So it all starts with communication, really.
So let's go through them one more time because I really liked it. Face-to-face is when you're like, it's just you, all distractions put aside.
Yeah. Engage.
Face-to-face is engaged, like, I'm here with you, only you, I'm not going nowhere. We can do this. Shoulder-to-shoulder is where you do a lot of relationship because shoulder-to-shoulder is, hey, we got to handle business, we got to handle the kids, we got to handle family, we got to handle day-to-day. Back-to-back is basically what I see, and man, I know a lot of successful people. I know a lot of famous people. I know a lot of people who do music for Jesus, who do music not for Jesus, podcasters, motivational speakers, preachers, who live their whole marriages back to back. And what that means is he's traveling, he's going to a meeting, he's got his schedule, he's got his systems in place, he's got his songs in the studio, and his wife goes here, there, this, and there, and everywhere, right? You know, so it's and you know, I seen you smile. I'm not taking any shots. I see you think I'm thinking about. I'm just saying that ain't no one person. That's a lot of people, but
everybody.
Back to back is the way a lot of marriages.
Well, and I'm guilty of it. You know,
Yeah.
obviously, I have to like sit down and really just focus and concentrate on the fact that, hey, I need to put these distractions away.
Right.
And then within 3 or 4 seconds, I'm like looking at the phone again.
You're addicted.
If that phone is sitting on that table, like if you put it here, like Pat, he's you know, I know he sleeps with his phone.
He's addicted to it.
I know in more ways than one. But but you gotta have
Here, make marriage great.
Pat needs some Jesus.
Yeah.
But you gotta truly like put it away.
Yeah. Well, and it's anything.
You got to be intentional.
The thing is, the number one law is pursuit. When Jahnna and I were first dating, I'd ride a bicycle with flat tires over the Caloosahatchee River to go see her.
Yeah.
Because that's how bad I wanted to see her. When we were driving, hey, do you like this song? Hey, no, we can eat anywhere you want. Then after you get the person, you're like, hold on, shut up. You hit your head, unload that trailer. Come on, we got to go. Oh, we don't want to eat there. We ate, right? Because you got them. Right? Yeah. And you get complacent. And that's why you see people when kids leave, they get divorced. Or you see when this happens, they don't have nothing in common. And it's social media, phones, business work. Jahnna is my number one priority in life. You know how I know I need to make a decision? If Jahnna agrees with it. Yeah. If not, we go back to the drawing board and figure it out. If I wake up and don't take time for Jahnna and start taking time for everything else, that only goes so long. So the number one 4 laws of love is priority. I make Jahnna priority. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And dude, I was the worst husband, the worst mate. I mean, dude, I did not. This takes me relearning it again and listening to the same thing and go, I ain't doing. You know, we didn't have the best week last week. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't like we just get out and we're like, Jesus love, holy God, oh, never are.
Shut the hell up.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like we didn't have a great week, but it's repositioning and going, okay, wait a minute, we got to get this back under control.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is too is like you get really into.
They want to know your favorite hibachi place.
Yeah, we got that too. We got that.
Serious questions.
But we'll get right to Meredith's thing. But you have to really be conscious of the fact that somebody else is there, and you got to spend the time and you know be intentional with it. So yeah,
that's our whole thing now. Is our whole thing is be intentional.
Yeah,
it's be intentional in a relationship, man. And I'll just share this. You know, one of the main things in life, and this is in any relationship, is just because you got something to say don't mean you need to say it. Just because you see an issue online, you think you need to type and get in it, don't mean you need to. Practicing the restraint is a big thing that I'm trying, because I'm a very person that can take control of a place. Mm-hmm. Being on the podcast has taught me to shut up more, because I'm like, hey, let me tell you my story.
Which podcast is that?
All of them. Not this one, because anyway, here at the Relentless Hope podcast.
You know, Dave doesn't even need a mic. He doesn't even talk like you can hear him.
I'm Irish.
I know.
I'm Irish.
Go ahead.
No. Speaking of which, Tim will tell you I'm a flawed human being. I had a little incident Monday too, so I totally get that.
Yeah,
we're all flawed.
We're all flawed, bro, and that's why we love each other so much. And our podcast, there wasn't no script. We just talked about 3 flawed human beings that are trying to get it together. And
Give my mom a shout out. She said she's got to run to work. She said, wishes a lovely day.
We love you, Pat's mom.
Miss Jira.
Big shout
Have a great
out.
day.
And
Hi, Mom.
Oh, your
And
mom's
you got-
beautiful, Pat.
I know.
What happened?
Yeah, she is.
Don't
She
worry,
had a
I've heard that my whole life. But my sister,
She's gorgeous.
and she had a question. We had a question. She had a question for
Lauren.
Lauren that we didn't.
yeah,
Actually, Lauren was going out the door when
I'll
it
get
came
it to
up.
Lauren.
So it came up. So yeah, we'll get you all squared away. Oh, Meredith goes. That's why I'm single. I'm not good partner to anyone. Only myself. But just being honest.
Hey, sometimes it's better for
if
people.
a person can do better like that, then
And I know Meredith. Like she'll tell you about what's up, what time it is.
But there's
That's
probably
what I like
somebody
about
out
her.
there. I used to think that Jahnna would be somebody. She thought for a while she would be better off without somebody, didn't you? I did. And then I come riding a Shetland pony. Come up on a Shetland pony with chaps with no behind.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. There you go. That's good.
This
Yeah.
just went
It was
sideways.
pretty good. Listen to the Relentless Hope podcast. This is what you get. No, just
Yeah, that's good.
You guys got podcasts today?
yeah, we're
Yeah.
gonna film after this, man. Anytime we get to come
any
down.
guests or just you two today?
Just us two
Just you
today.
two?
We're
Okay.
just gonna do a little talking about some stuff. You know what I was getting at, though. I do got to say this about the restraint. My son Jackson, which Tim Jackson loves Tim.
the
I
gorilla kid.
told Jackson joking one time. I go, yeah, I'm not going down 239 live no more recording. He goes, what'd you do to Tim? I said, what'd I do to Tim? Maybe Tim did something to me. I was like, of course I'm going.
Tim can do no wrong.
But Jackson, me and him wasn't having a good father-son moment. You know what I'm saying? I'll get teary-eyed. You guys know I'm soft as cotton. And going back to this week, I didn't handle a situation the way a father should have handled, and we're driving in the car, and I go, hey, man, why don't you let me know when my son gets back, bro? Because you're lazy. You ain't, man, I start giving him these, giving it to him, but not in a loving way that I should have been doing it. And we turned the corner, and Jackson obviously has my sense of humor, and there's a homeless guy walking with a dog. He goes, well, what about this guy? He goes, you could be this guy. I go, well, at least he's got a dog. And then Jackson goes, well, you got kids and a family. Your life ain't that bad, bud. And when he said that, bro, I looked at him, and then I go, yeah, but that's a good-looking dog, though. And then we both started. And then Jackson goes, yeah, but his backpack's broke. Or something. Anyway, and then we started making jokes. But practicing restraint on the way over there, I should have handled my words better. So it's crazy what you can learn. It's not just I hear people say to us all the time, oh, you guys worked on your relationship to save your marriage. Yeah, but I worked on my marriage to save my legacy of what I leave when I'm gone for my kids to follow. And they hear my 15-year-old son calls me to write a song yesterday called My Life's Pretty Good, right? Anyway.
Yeah, no, and when your kids say those things, man, it'll shake you down to the bone, right?
But
Like
favorite hibachi.
Hibachi, yeah.
Favorite hibachi out there, we eat that stuff in them is Osaka's.
Osaka's.
We're VIP in there. Rabbit, his parents own it, but he's there. We come in there. Yeah.
Rabbit. Shout out to Rabbit.
Rabby Rab.
Rabbit.
Yeah,
Also,
that's my boy.
an 8 Mile rabbit, right?
Yeah, well, he's not that bunny rabbit.
No.
He's my hibachi rabbit. But no, Osaka. I knew he can't go through one thing without talking about hip hop.
Hey, I mean, Rabbit. That's the second person I've ever heard named Rabbit. The first being Eminem's character.
But Osaka's down by the beach in Fort Myers. That's
okay,
where we go.
give him a
with our
shout out.
family.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
But I see Pat's eyeing these drinks.
Ninja Steakhouse.
Ninja Steakhouse
is pretty good for hibachi.
What's the place where you were eating
fun.
like one piece of lettuce when you were on your little diet?
Oh, what
By
was
the
that?
old
Was Ninja?
studio?
Out by my old studio.
Remember?
Yeah.
They do a good job
You were
there.
doing like the thing.
Yeah, I was doing a juice diet.
I was eating it all.
He juiced for about
was
8
so
days.
pissed.
I did.
I was like, you want something else, Tim? He's like, yeah, no, Dave. I was like, give us some appetizers.
He was pissed off.
Yeah, you guys are like eating all this food. I'm like, got this juice diet going, and I'm like on Green Day, which I have no idea what that was going on. But yeah,
What you got? A new sponsor?
Yeah, so check this out. No, everybody that's
I love
been
the name.
asking. Oh, yeah, and it's tattooed on my arm, spelled the same exact way. How crazy is that, right? Old school. But
you just did that last night, right?
I was like, Jackson,
why they sponsored.
Tap me up.
Jackson,
only
take your
sponsor
radio-
stuff that
Take
we-
your record player apart. Come here, I'm going to show you some things I learned in college.
Take a poke.
I learned it in college. No,
Hey, I'll tattoo Goodwin Law.
No, we're not done with Clean Cause. Clean Cause is still.
I love them.
We love Clean Cause.
Clean call.
You know, it's a yerba mate though, and it's organic. Not everybody likes Clean Cause. You know, some people will drink it and they love it. Some people are like, bro, I just need an energy drink before I go to the gym. Jackson came upon these guys on our IG, reached out. Was, I guess they started following us, or Jackson, whatever it was. They started liking a lot of our stuff. Like he liked our reels and stuff, and so got it. So Jackson mentioned it. I ordered some, and this is healthy too. Good. It's made with real sugar, only 20 calories.
Not many ingredients.
And so I drank one, dude, the other day and went to the gym for like 2 hours, like killed it, bro. So Clean Cause is still ours, but this is for if people want just a regular energy drink. They don't want the yerba mate. Old School is we're an ambassador to them, and they're taking care of us too. So Old School Energy, you'll be seeing these. So
and of course Meredith says she loves you too, so that's good.
We love you, Meredith.
Meredith is the best.
Meredith was funny when we were working over at
Meredith.
What was the polls?
Over at the library.
Orange Blossom. We were with Meredith. Yeah. She was cracking me up, man.
You don't want to mess with Meredith. Yeah. Everybody knows, like, do not mess with Meredith.
Nope.
Anybody.
Oh, she loves you guys too.
Yeah, no, she's the best. She's the best. We love it. But yeah, so the energy drinks. I know that Clean Cause. When I drink one of those, a Clean Cause, I don't get the same. Like the bad, and I don't get that back
taste. Yeah. See, because it's a yerba mate, and it's
like cold. Tastes like cold medicine.
Yerba mate is like a tea, or like
right.
So it's healthy and organic. This is going to be along the lines of your energy drinks. Jackson loves them, but you got to watch him. You got
to watch kids.
Yeah, Jackson's like, oh, Dad, these old schools, we're getting more, ain't we? When they come, and I'm like, whoa, bro.
Or your friends, Tuzo is better.
Yeah, well, you know.
Double it up. Yeah, always better.
But they're amazing, and I'm old school, bro. It's like that old school real energy.
It goes with the whole theme,
Yeah, and it goes with us. And I've had a lot of energy drinks reach out to us because they see how hard we push Clean Cause and how I don't have anything sponsors me that I don't drink or I don't wear or I don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nev and I we wear it. 515, we wear, all that stuff we wear, you know what I mean? And drink and do it. So.
Yeah, because you had said that you've tried a couple products. You're like, I can't be.
Buddy, I'm not going to say the name.
I'm
not going to say the name. It rhymes with David. But but I had this place wanted to send us stuff, man, and it tastes like goat poop, man.
Caca.
It was caca.
Yeah. Well, so one more time with the can so we can see it.
Yeah, Old School Energy.
How do we get those?
You get online at theoldschoolenergy.com, or if you just type in Old School, spelled SKOOL, just like the tattoo on my arm, Old School, spelled the same way. But you get on there and type it. Really cool people. Like I said, we're going to be an ambassador. You're going to see a lot of these. I drink a lot of Clean Cause, like when I'm going to work or going that. I drink them before the gym and stuff like this. But I did drink this the other day. And when I slammed this and went in the gym, it hit me old school. I mean, It's got a guy lifting weights on the front.
My goodness, if you got to try it.
Yeah,
right?
You got to try it, and if it doesn't produce, that's on you.
Yeah, that's it, man.
Yeah, it's got to be.
It works, and it tastes good too. It tastes better than any of them energy drinks out there you're buying, and it's healthy, man. It's got a lot of good facts on the back.
Yeah, well, and you got to anytime you're drinking and working out, drinking drinks and working out, you got to have some good music. With I know you can't hear it right now, but music's starting to
those headphones now, buddy.
Yeah. Hey, listen, if you want, you got to get on. You got to get online. Make sure you like Dave and Jahnna Relentless Hope on YouTube. Over 200,000 subscribers. Patrick, what do you got?
No, close us out. We got the talent.
Music. Go watch the video. It was filmed right here at this desk.
Yeah.
Down there, the video. I am working on a show jingle. I've had a couple. Then I want to make sure it's the right one, and I could rush and do something real quick, so we're gonna get a 239 live bang.
So good having you guys in the studio.
Thanks
you guys
for
are always
having
welcome.
us, man.
We had a great Friday today, man. Friday we had
good.
tons of comments. We had all kinds of people listening. We still got a bunch of people on right now. Yeah.
Thank you to Laura Maxwell, Lois Bolin, Blake Becker, Relentless Hope.
Have a good one, Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
Yeah, we love you guys.
Mike Valdez.
And hey, listen, we always finish up by pointing at the camera right under the 239 up there. And we are